All right, we are live.
Alrighty.
Hey,
Hello,
Rena.
everybody.
Yay.
Hello, everybody. Much love.
Oh, hey, Rena. Hey, wake up. We're going to open with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for everyone gathering here today, right now, and anyone that listens to this later. We thank you, Lord. Thank you for knowing each one of us by name and having caused us to walk with you, Lord, and continue to help us stay on that narrow path with you, Father. We say that we are dependent on you and our trust is completely in you as we surrender ourselves in admiration. We ask that you would come by your Holy Spirit and inspire our hearts today. Come fill our lives with love. Um, Fill our conversations with your grace and the truth. Fill this meeting with your presence. We ask this all in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Hey, Brian. Brian's in. He said, hey.
Hey. Rena, hey, look, it's Brian. Let's all wave. Woo! So, Billy Graham died, huh?
Again. For me.
I know. I've got this Billy
I know,
Graham.
I know 100%. Believe me.
This time he's 100% gone.
Yeah,
What if he
maybe.
comes back again?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Could you
Who
imagine?
knows? Who knows?
That's
Well,
freaky.
a lot of them saying there was like 5 years ago. I watched a video. They said 5 years ago that when Billy Graham died, it would mark the time for the Lord. These preachers was all talking
Yeah.
about that on in a video. I was like, yeah, that's about right.
That's what Tom was telling me. Tom was telling me to wait.
He said,
The 28th of this month, Tom, DigitalScribe, he was saying that we're all going to be raptured out of here. And I was like, oh, okay.
"Hey, Mrs. Wright and White Rabbit. Oh, we got quite a few
Oh,
people
yay.
in.
Hi, you guys.
Wake Up News, he's been there hanging with us. Mrs. Wright, I love her. White Rabbit, I love him. Chad,
Well, I have this,
Rena, love her. Wayward Son, 144. Good number. I've been seeing a lot of fours lately.
yeah, me too. Hi, everybody. I know they can't wave back unless they like do that little hand wave thing character. Okay, so I have this Billy Graham Hope for Each Day, Words of Wisdom and Faith. It's a like a daily devotion booklet, and I've been reading out of it. And let's see, today is the 23rd. It says life after death is today's message. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, and we know it's true.
Yeah.
What a great, to know that, It's a great thing to know that. So there's a lot of people out there that don't know that, that don't, that worry about that. To know
Yeah.
you're going to a better place and, that it's going to be a lot better for everybody. Because this world is just getting so hard to deal with. I don't even feel like, I know everybody else is bound to feel it too when they go out somewhere and you're around people that's not awake. You just don't feel comfortable. I don't. You don't feel like you fit in with these people. They're just not, you just don't belong there. And they're not seeing what you see. Unless you run upon somebody you do that does see, then you just feel like that's your brother or sister. You just feel such a love. I feel such a love for everybody in the chat. And I know you do too. It's they're like my brothers and sisters. It's like I've known them all my life.
Yes. I feel that way too. I feel when I go out in public, I feel the evil, the darkness around me. It's really weird. I'm still like silly, I'm still like, hey, hi, talking to everyone like I know them. But
I think we're being under heavy attack now. The closer we get to heavier attacks, I think people are getting. And I don't know what I would do if I didn't have, if I didn't have Jesus Christ's name to, keep that off of me. I know there's so many people going through some horrible things, happening to them, and I feel so sorry for them. And that's all. We just got to know that we have the power, to dismiss demons, through Jesus Christ's name.
Absolutely. I feel like you know how when Job was being attacked, by Satan the first time around, and all of his kids were being killed and his livestock and everything. If we just like take everything that happened to Job and kind of spread it out, and take it out of order a little bit and look at our lives, like a lot of us are having physical pain. I mean, the ones I mean, I am, and I've talked
Yeah,
to a couple other people that have physical pain, like we're being attacked, and we can sit there and continuously rebuke it, but I mean, it's like we're that's one of the things that Satan's doing is attacking us with physical pain, and then hardship on top of that, like you know the, all these churches preach, if you're living the right way, then you'll have abundant amount of this or that. And I'm looking around at all of us and I'm like, the churches are off their rocker. Crazy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. They it definitely, I was raised in church, of course, but I quit going because of all the spitefulness that was going on. I recognized it. I recognized that the separation of churches a long time ago. Everybody had their own ideas, and if you didn't follow those ideas, if you questioned any of the ideas of the leaders, then you pretty much weren't welcome. And they didn't want the sinners in the church, they said. I was like, that's what our job is. To me, that's what it was. That our job was to take in the sinners, to help them, like Jesus.
Uh,
We're supposed to be like him. We ain't supposed to just try to keep them all out and just, you know, uh, we're supposed to bring people into the church and help them and pray for them.
yeah. A lot of
Oh,
times
hi, hello, Charles Villarreal. Did I say that right?
I'm not
Villarreal.
sure. Oh, why did he just erase his own message? All right. He has some videos out. I watched his last one. It's nice when you get to see other people like talking, like actually see them and you're like, oh, cool. Because then you can really put a face with the name. He sees that unfortunately, those who care speak out, and those who do not care will not say anything.
That's true.
Yeah, I can't keep my mouth shut. I got issues everywhere I go. Every time, every chance, someone's starting to talk about church or the Lord, and I'm like perking up, like, yeah, I'm gonna slide in there with something. Give it to me, Lord. What am I gonna say to him? I really do get really excited about talking to strangers about the Lord. Oh, I do. And I really, when I was getting my new tires, do you remember that? I really, really
Yeah.
was trying to be good.
But that's a good thing. That's what you're called to do. You're supposed to follow the Holy Spirit. We don't always we fight against it. I fought against it many times. Didn't take exactly the right path. But you get and I can't believe people in these times can't see that things are coming true. That prophecies coming true. I mean, all the time. Um, everything that was told to us that would happen is gonna happen. Whether we're ready or not, it's coming. And
Yeah.
I wish people would just get ready. I told you I get frustrated. I get frustrated with people. I'm like, just want to jump in a vehicle and just go up on the mountain, just wait. Just hang out by myself. Just But I know that that wouldn't be the right thing. It wouldn't be the right thing to do, not to speak out, not to say something. And I know everybody has a story. Everybody that's awake has something to do and has a story, and everybody's finding their place, what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people's on speaking out now, and I'm just so, you see more and more videos, and I think that's just amazing and awesome. I love hearing other people. I watch a lot of videos. You can look on all the liked videos I have.
You know, um, I put that one video out. I don't remember which one it was. You might remember, but it was where I was coming back across the front yard after the Lord had told me to save the seeds so there's time for planting. You know, do you remember that
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
And I feel like we're getting closer and closer to that time. And like you and I, we've talked about hunting and gardening, and we should really kind of hit on all that stuff again now where other people can hear us talk about it.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think it's important to know some survival tips, you can look them up, or why you can look them up, get you a book, you know. It's always handy to have home remedies, because one day, there might not be a doctor you can go to, or, if the things that's going to say that it's going to happen are going to happen, you may not have that doctor to go to, or medicine to take, and know how to find medicine in the woods, which there are roots, and there's all kinds of things in the woods that you can use for medicine, that that's where medicine came from to begin with. Is there's cures, there's antibiotics in the woods. If you think that if you're going to be doing survival work, you're going to be splitting woods. You may be in briars. You may be in the woods, and you're going to get cut. You might get cut. Using tools you're not used to, or a little cut could kill you. If it gets infected. So what are you going to do? You need to know how to make antibiotic. Which there's yellow root is a good antibiotic, and there's other things you can use for antibiotic that's in the woods.
Yellow root, golden seal, right?
Yeah,
Same
golden
thing.
seal. Yeah, yeah. You make a tea out of it. It's good for it's got a lot of healing properties.
What's sassafras good for? Do you remember?
I believe it's good for your blood, like putting like a blood thinner. It's good for your blood somehow. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's and it also puts it's got a lot of healing properties. I know some old people, they drink it every year. They drink it every year. Where I'm from, it's they make it. They go get roots, and they do drink all these different teas every year, and they live a long time.
My sister has arthritis and she always craved the sassafras tea. So I wonder if that's why
I
the
would say,
arthritis.
yeah, yeah.
They you know that they like tell people not to drink it now, which is really weird. Like and I'm like, why? Why aren't you supposed to have it?
I
And it's
just figure anything the government's telling me that's bad for me and I shouldn't have, that's probably what I should have. you know,
yeah.
I don't trust them. I don't trust them anymore. Anything they say, that because we have all been trained to, okay, we get up, even from a baby, even when your kids are babies, they say feed them every 2 hours, wake your kid up and feed it every two. You're trained to do eat every 2 hours. Then the big thing then when I was had babies was bottle feed them. I didn't bottle feed my kids, I didn't, and I was kind of odd person out during that time because everybody was into the bottle feeding then, and I was the oddball. But
You
I
were
felt that it was healthier
you weren't
for my
alone.
kids. No, I wasn't. You did too, but there was a lot of people that that was the big thing because women had to work and all that kind of thing. But I felt it was the healthier way to go.
Oh, I know. There were people that were like, "Why are you doing that? They make powder for that." And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
"What are you talking about?" I was like, "I'm
I
giving my kids the
know.
best. It makes them
That's
5%
right.
smarter. I'm like
Yeah.
reading up on all this stuff. Make them
Well, I think
crawl 5%
it
smarter."
it helps with their immune system. And they
Yeah.
don't. My kids didn't hardly ever spit up. Like you see babies with formulas throws it up all the time. Maybe starting from then, is not good. Wasn't good for them. And I didn't wake them up every 2 hours. If my kids slept 4 or 5 hours, they slept 4 or 5 hours. But that baby will wake up when it's hungry and start. And believe me, they got good lungs. They'll let you know.
Yeah.
I didn't go by the schedule. They want you in a schedule, and we're on a schedule. They schedule kids in school. You have your breakfast, you have your lunch, and everything's a schedule. And
That that
I just it's structured, and it's all to mess with to put you in a state
my
of a
board.
yeah, it is to put you asleep.
Yeah, I mean that's just
So
how
you don't
every
question anything. You're just like a robot. You're robots. You just do everything you're told.
yeah. Well, my kids, I did not raise them that way. I raised them to question everything, even me. Isn't that funny? Why do we have to go to the store? Well, you want to eat? That's funny because I didn't get to can as much as I wanted to this last year. So we didn't have like all the foods we had the year before. That's what people are going to have to learn how to do too. How to can on an open fire
Yeah.
or make a some kind of stove to be able to can food to keep it good. And I, I just beef jerky. How do you make beef jerky if you don't have electricity? You know,
There's several ways. You can smoke it. You can smoke meat, like in a smokehouse. That's
yeah.
how they used to do it. They cured meat that way. You can use it'll dehydrate it. That's what you want to do. And I think you can use salt and sugar also on meat to like cure it, make it last longer. You always bury it.
You- You're going to
You can
bury
bury it to
meat?
keep. You can bury it to keep it cold. Yeah, because the ground stays at a certain temperature if you bury it deep enough.
Gonna bury that. I don't know if I could do that. I'd rather smoke it or dehydrate it or can it. Hi,
You can get.
dead GPK.
Oh, hi, dead GPK. You're awesome, Mrs. Dawn P. Hey.
White Rabbit said, I know it was who was it? Wake up. Wasn't listening. Now I was listening. Cold smoke
Everybody's
is
so smart. Y'all are so smart. Yeah, they have such wonderful things to say. I just wish we could just go and just have our own TV show and just have all these people come on and talk, and they are so
yeah.
enlightened. I mean, they are. They're so smart.
I'm sure everybody has a little bit to add to everything that we're
They
talking
do.
about.
They do. Yeah, they do. They know things.
We're all
That
we're all gonna need each other when all this
we're
stuff is
brothers and sisters. The way I know we'll be all together one day, but I wish we was together sooner. But
might be in white jackets in a room standing there together.
that's true. That's true. I thought that was gonna happen to me the first time I started seeing stuff. I knew what it was, so I wasn't, freaked too. I was freaked out about it happening, because I was surprised, but I knew what it was, and when I went to tell people, I was so in shock that they didn't see it. I was just utterly in shock. I just could not believe they didn't have the memory that I did. Shocking, I tell you, and that's a hard thing to get over for anybody. And I can't imagine people out there not having someone to talk to, just someone like on here, some chats or something to say, hey, I see the exact same thing you do. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you.
What did Rena say? Eventually, I've got a lot of stupid stuff to talk about.
Well, I want to do a Bible study sometime.
I
She used to
just,
make Emmy videos, but started going crazy, had to stop. I understand. Some days you just feel like I said, I want to get in the car and just drive to somewhere, but you can't do that. We got to be strong, you know. You got to be strong. We're
I, f-
we're
I
we've
don't
been
feel
given a
strong.
blessing. Yeah, I think it's a blessing. I mean, it's a blessing to know. How would you like to be one of them people just walking around not knowing nothing?
Oh, no
You know,
way.
that's your other choice is to either be this way or be like them, just walking around not knowing nothing, not prepared, not prepared, spiritually. We've been
Oh,
given a blessing to be able to prepare ourselves spiritually, and they haven't.
I
They're going to
know.
be caught off guard.
I've watched them. Look, I mean, like, look at even the ones that were awake and that aren't awake now. They're like angry all the time. Their stuff isn't going right. They don't even pray anymore. They turn their back on God, and you're like, the only way I can describe what's going on is they went back into the matrix. They were just right back. I don't. It just
Yeah.
it.
There's on in chapter 2 Peter chapter 3, 3 through 5, it says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were in the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of God the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. But it tells
Hey,
you,
Craig.
yeah, they're going to say, where's the prom? That's what they're doing now.
I've heard it. I've heard it. I've heard it from so many people, and I just like want to pull my hair out.
Yeah. And we're going to hear it more, Hey, crying hippie. I love you. Just me, Colleen. I love her. I just love everybody. I
You,
really do. I really do, though. I really
I know
do.
you do.
I'm not lying.
You're filled with
People,
love.
I
The Lord
am. I
gave you the
am.
biggest heart ever.
I know, and it's awful sometimes too, 'cause to have this big a heart because gets broke easy.
Oh,
But I really do love you guys in the chat. Oh, you're so sweet. I really could just take everybody home with me and just, y'all can just sack out on the floor wherever. It's okay. Hang out,
and you're gonna make biscuits.
and I'll make biscuits. I cooked dinner this evening. Actually, my daughter was late getting home from work, so I cooked everybody dinner.
I'll make cookies. You make biscuits. Who's gonna make
That's all right.
the? We need someone to make the gravy for the biscuits,
Yep.
and someone to
Yep.
go collect the honey. We just need a
Yep.
whole community of people.
I don't really do bees, so somebody gonna have to do the bees because I just don't, I don't do bees. I don't know nothing about bees, about taking the honey out. I don't know. My daughter does it. My oldest daughter, she raises bees. She makes honey soap, which I have some, and it's wonderful. She makes honey soap, and I have honey in there that she got from the bees. I don't know, squeezed out of them. I don't know what they do. I just imagine her sitting there squeezing the honey out of the bees.
What did you just say?
Her squeezing the honey out of the bees. I don't know what she does. I don't
You're
know
gonna.
nothing about bees. She sat there squeezing them. that's that's what I imagine. She tells me she's collecting the honey, so I'm like, I imagine my daughter out there taking each bee and squeezing the honey out of it. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know.
hilarious. Oh my
I
god.
don't, I don't want to be stupid. I'm her mom, so I can't ask her, So
Yes, you can. You can
I
ask
just
her.
do,
They put them in the little cone things that they make themselves. They'll build them themselves. They'll make the little
Oh,
waxy stuff and the honey
yeah.
themselves.
I just wondered how they got the, I know the comb's there, but how they get that liquid, She just has the liquid in
Okay,
her honey.
so they go
I
and
don't
they
know what
get
they
the
do.
pollen, and
I'll
then
have
they
to
bring
figure
the
it out.
pollen back, and then they chew the pollen up and they spit it back out, and there's your honey.
Well, I ain't milking the bees. Y'all can milk the bees. I ain't doing it.
Honey milk.
Yeah, I ain't milking no bees. Y'all
I'm
take
just
care of
gonna
that stuff.
call it honey milk from now on. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Every time I talk to you, my stomach hurts afterwards because I laugh so much.
Well, I just don't know about bees. I mean, a lot of stuff I know about. I know about the roots. I can get y'all some medicine. I know different roots. I know how to, there's blood root, yellow root. There's all kinds of roots and things. You can bark and
What's
things that's good for
what's
health.
dragon's blood root? You know what that is?
No, I
Hmm.
don't think I've heard of just blood root, which it's
I wonder if
used
that's the
like
same thing.
iodine. It's an antiseptic. Like if you got a cut and you want to put antiseptic on it, you can just break that root, just pull it up and break it, and it'll ooze iodine out of it.
Like White Rabbit said, I ain't milking no bees.
Just saying, yeah, that's right, White Rabbit. Me neither. Somebody else gonna do that.
You know you can just pull the stinger out of them and eat them, right?
Okay,
You're like, quit
Weenie,
eating bugs.
eating bees. I'll collect the eggs. I can do that, and I've milked a cow.
Oh my gosh, my
But
hands the first 2 weeks of milking Belle when I first got
I
her.
don't know about your
Oh.
cow. Your cow's huge. I'd probably be afraid of it. I ain't never seen such a big cow. You got a big monster cow. Something. It's one of the giant's cows or something.
Oh, they're
It's
all
huge.
friendly as dogs though, except when they step on you. Had that happen. I can't wait for you to meet Ellie, the mammoth.
The mammoth.
You're gonna be like, "Holy cow!" Walked up to her and was so scared. I was shaking in my boots for real. I guess if I hadn't had her since a little baby, that it would be different. Just walking up to her because she is huge. She's a
Yeah,
huge.
I've
Um,
seen your videos and pictures. Goodness.
yeah, she's probably 1,800 pounds easily, maybe 2,000, which is big for an Angus. She gets fed way too good.
And I can hunt. I mean, I know how to hunt. I've hunt deer and turkey and squirrels, and I know how to skin them. It ain't fun, but I know how to do it.
Dead GKB wants to know if we've tried sleepy time tea.
Sleepy time tea. No.
Rena, that
Tried
is
sleepy time tea.
cool. Do you see how she did that? I love cows. See the face? That is cool.
Is sleepy time tea like marijuana or tea or something?
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know. Well, I don't know. That's the only thing I know. Sleepy
Put
time tea.
this in your tea. You'll be sleepy all right. Gee, I
Hey,
don't
we're all
know.
family here. We can talk plain. I just talk plain. I'm from the country.
Charles, what do you call a
Sorry.
cow with no legs? Hamburger? Beef? I don't know.
Beeves.
Oh, God,
It's
there's that
beeves.
word
Yeah,
again.
beeves. I hate. I I tell you, I don't know who's rewriting the English language. I'm country. I don't talk plain anyway. But they are making it really, really hard on me. Some of the words that have been changed is really, really difficult. Beeves. That was never a word. I aspired to write when I was in school. I wrote all the time, and English was my best class, and my mother always made me talk correctly. I've kind of slipped since then, but I can write correctly. I just can't speak correctly. But some of the words are just like a lot. Really, really. That was one word. It's not two words. You there, Melissa?
I am.
Okay. Did you
I had
disappear? Where'd you
I
go?
had it I had it muted because the dogs are barking in the background.
Oh,
They're having fun out there. The they're either barking at coyotes or the cows or cats or I have no idea. Not the chickens because I got them locked up. The because it's been raining so much, the barn is all swollen, so I can't shut it right. So I got a screwdriver down in it, holding it shut for the night. I rednecked it. I was thinking about putting duct tape across there, but then I
We
was like,
love you
nah.
too, Charles. Hippie.
Did we miss anything anyone said that?
I was reading. Sorry. Um, cocoa powder for anxiety. See, Crown Hippie knows his stuff. He knows about natural foods, and it's all
Oh
right.
yeah,
Oh,
I
he knows
can't
a lot
have
of stuff.
cocoa powder
Awesome.
though. I'm allergic to it. I'm allergic to chocolate and I'm allergic to peanuts. You know? Could you imagine everything crashes and then someone's like got a Snickers bar and that's all?
I know.
I'm gonna be like, I can't even have that. I might as well go out happy.
There's always fish and worms and grubs
Yeah.
and flowers, and there's a lot of flowers you can eat that are really good.
Look at her little faces she keeps making. Rena does. So cool.
She asked, "Do
Yeah.
you eat carob, Melissa?"
No, I don't think so. Rena, you know what I eat. Cow,
Cow,
chicken, egg,
eggs,
and people don't understand how you can raise animals and stuff. But
and do
I
that.
think Rena does. She is a vegetarian, right? Is that what you are, Rena? Doesn't eat meat. And I'm like, I send her pictures of steak and stuff. I'm a horrible
Oh,
friend.
you're mean, Melissa.
Mhm.
Well, I understand that. I mean, it really is hard to take an animal's life, but you do it in a way, because it's if you don't have food and that's your food, you know what I'm saying? You got people to feed, then that's what it's there for, and I believe in thanking the animal and just, like Indians do, and that's how I've always done it.
Yeah, wake up. I raise the steers from babies. Um, Pet them and brush them almost every day and feed them the best feed and love them until they are old enough to be butchered. And then I go with them to the slaughterhouse and put them in their pen. I weigh them and put them in their pen because they'll listen to me. They'll walk right in, and I make sure that they have clean water and everything. And before I leave them, and give them love and tell them thank you for their life, and then I leave them there overnight because they can only have water to drink overnight. And then it's hard, but I rather give my animal the best life they could have instead of just go get some cow out of a field that's not even known what love is. You
Yeah.
know, the rest of the animals, the cows, I don't have that many cows. There's only four out here. Um, they all get love. Even the milk cow, she gets lots of love. She's really spoiled though. She uh she has to have the best hay or she won't even touch the round bale hays. So I have to go get the square bales, which they have that spray stuff on them. It smells like vinegar and it keeps them preserved. She loves them like that. But and then the chickens, we've butchered our own chickens. We treat them really good and raise them right, and they're pretty spoiled. They have a huge yard to run on, um, and they give us eggs. But every once in a while we'll go out and take 10 of them and butcher them and clean them up and put them in the freezer to eat later on. So I don't just do one at a time because it's kind of messy. So you want to get it all over with. You know, we have
Yeah.
chicken about
Yeah.
once a week. These people are probably like, Melissa's a mean, she's killing animals.
But you do it in, that's how you're supposed to do it, in a loving, caring way. And thank the animal for what it's given to you. It's not like you're just, a lot of people will kill animals for sport and for fun and not for food. And I don't agree with that at all.
No, there's a lot of people that kill deer for sport.
Yeah, and
And
they just
then
leave it laying and don't, do nothing with it. They just, want the horns off of it,
it's crazy.
which is ridiculous. You can, if you wait and go walking through the woods after they shed their horns, you can pick them up off the ground.
Yeah.
That's the truth. They shed their horns every year.
We got wild turkeys out here, like flocks of them. It's really awesome.
That is awesome.
We've raised our own turkeys too. It was amazing for I think it was Christmas. I took and I bought a store butterball turkey, and then I had our turkey, and so I fixed them both the same, and I put them both out, in the little dishes, all nice and pretty, cut up and everything. And the turkey that
Uh-huh.
we raised was the one that everybody
Headphones.
wanted. Hi, Ty.
Hey, can you
Hi,
hear me?
Ty.
We
Hi.
can hear you. How are you?
Hi. Headphones. It's good. Headphones are coming. I can't figure out that mess. Give me something, honey. I can't. What is this? Is your Xbox headphones?
No, my normal headphones.
These are weird looking. These are weird looking. You gotta plug it in or something.
I will plug it in.
I
Just
don't-
let me get to your computer. Yeah.
Ty, we're live.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
We're live. Okay, that's good. That's
It's okay.
scary thought.
No, it's not.
How big is your
Welcome,
head?
Ty.
Okay. Okay, much better. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Wait.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on here and
Line
joining
in.
us.
Go ahead. Line in or mic or line in. Which one? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh no. It's not working now. No.
He
I
can't hear
them
us.
and they
Put
can't
the
hear me.
headphones on.
I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, see it says mic or line in. Do I hit mic or line in? Mic, okay.
He can't hear us, but we can
Can you
hear
hear me?
him.
Yeah, it's Ty from
Oh,
Brian's channel. Yeah. That-
Wait. Okay, can you hear me now?
yes. Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Yeah, talk again.
Yeah. Hey. Woohoo. Hi.
All right, that's better. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Okay, good.
We heard you the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Great.
Oh,
Love
good.
it. How are
great.
you doing tonight?
good.
We were just talking about butchering animals.
Oh, okay. Oh, Hey, it's Renee. Renee's in chat.
Yeah. Rena.
She says something. Yeah, Rena. I'm sorry. What did I say? Renee. That's great. I'm a little bit off today. Anyways, okay. So I see. White Rabbit says hi. Okay, I don't usually see the whole chat thing in front of me. Oh, look at this. Now I got to read and talk at the same time. Is there going to be a test? There's going to be a test on this.
Well, we skip around so everybody can read the chat too and talk.
Oh, I see. So there is going to be a
We
test.
take care of each other.
Sort of quiz. There's going to be some sort of quiz. I understand.
Pay attention. Take
So
notes.
you're right. Matthew, I'm going to need some sort of pen. I'm going to have to take notes. All right. So okay. So what were you guys talking about? Slaughtering animals? You said some sort of.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. Well,
But look, here's Dawn. There's Ty. You guys wanted to say hi to each other and talk to each other. Now you can. So there you
Hi,
go.
Ty. Oh my goodness.
Right. I've
How
heard a
are
lot
you?
about you, Don.
I hope it was all the good stuff.
It was all.
Not the bad.
It was. It was all on the. What do they call it? The dark web or whatever. No, I'm only kidding.
Okay.
It was all good. It was all good. It was all good.
I've not ever said anything bad about her.
I should never have took them pictures. I knew that.
Right,
I should.
Right. Okay. So what's so you sent no I saw thank you, Mr. Matt. I need paper now. I am paperless. It's that white stuff that you write on. I have no paper. Okay, yeah, that will work. That's a piece of paper. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You
I
gave me
love you, Miss Wright.
Harold.
a whole
Oh, hi,
sheet,
Harold.
a whole sheet of paper for notes. Okay. So really, what is the topic of discussion tonight? And who did you all invite? You invited Brian? Isn't Brian? What is today? Today's Friday, is it not?
Yeah, I told Brian that we were going to do this, and he was talking about not going on tonight because
Why?
he's really
Why?
tired and been
Uh
doing
huh.
stuff. And I was like, well, then, just tell everyone you're not going to go on so they know and come over here if you want. So I sent him the link, and I
Right.
sent Tom and Troy the link.
Okay, that's great. That's
A couple
great.
other people, I think. I just sent the link out there.
Okay, that's great. That's good. So it sounds like you gave this all of what, 15, 20 minutes worth of thought? And you said, I'm doing this. That's it. You decided to lay siege to to Brian's channel. And now it's going to be Melissa rules or something like that. That's what it will be. Melissa's page rules or something. That's and it'll have a lot more. How many people do you have in chat now?
There's 10 people.
15,000. I hear you. 15,000.
There we go.
No, I understand.
So funny.
I understand. But no, I saw it in. I've been on Facebook lately, and I saw your message, and I said I was going to come back on, and luckily I guess I'm just you guys are just a few minutes in.
Yeah. It's a few minutes.
Oh,
42.
Rena says Brian's got a girlfriend now. He's so busy.
Oh.
That's what it says. Does his girlfriend live like 1,000 miles away?
I don't have a clue.
Yeah. Well, Rena's got the dirt. Now, where's Harold? Where's Harold? I don't see Harold. There's Harold. Hey, Harold.
He's on there.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah. Yeah, there's Harold.
You want me
Okay,
to
so
invite Harold on if Harold wants to come on? You want me to invite Harold?
if Harold wants
or
to,
you want to
sure.
keep him away? We can keep him away.
There's some awesome people in the chat, though. I love all you guys. They're so awesome.
You want to yell out a shout to him?
Oh, they're Crying Hippie and Rena, Mrs. I am Mrs. Wright. I just call her Mrs. Wright. Colleen, just me, Crying Hippie, Charles country, tell you.
That's right.
Villarreal.
Charles will do good. Just say Xavier, and everybody will know.
Okay. Wake up news. And Harold's in there somewhere. He was in there.
Harold was there, right?
Where'd he go?
Yeah, he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the topic of discussion? Or did not come prepared, Melissa? Is that what you're saying? Or is Dawn?
How to deal with the Mandela effect as a Christian with Dawn.
And I had a
the enthusiasm
to read.
The enthusiasm went right on Dawn, not on Mandela effect. How would that be in the title? So how to deal with the Mandela effect? That would be in like 10-point font, and then with Dawn and 80-point font at the bottom. So, right? That's what would happen. But God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, Dawn.
We were just discussing who was going to take care of the bees if we, have our own community, and we thought maybe you would do it.
Take care of what?
Bees, like for milk them for their honey or whatever you do.
I'm a killer of bees. I kill every bee that I see. Yeah, I am a killer of bees. Let me tell you, because my wife is allergic. You know what I mean? So I go and I will destroy. I kill everything with such scary precision now. Bees, wasps, spores, hornets, and I kill everything. Yeah, I kill. It's really, really bad now. I had no hesitation at all. I'm that good. I'm single-handedly destroying the bee population worldwide, or at least, I'm kidding. At least in Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, wherever I go. And, but it's she's allergic, so what do you want? So, but so I will not be milking bees for honey. I will not do that. I'm not going to do it
My
You know,
dog
I
is
can
going crazy. I'll be right
I
back,
can go.
okay?
I can talk to them, perhaps form an alliance agreement. I don't know if we can make an agreement with insects. I don't think that we can reason with them, but I think maybe if the tables were turned and maybe the odds were in my favor, like I'm killing 1,000 to 1 or something, perhaps they would listen and they would maybe give up some honey for maybe a little bit of, if we're talking about a massive extinction of bees, maybe they would see it our way and give us honey. But my wife cannot eat honey, but we could somehow get honey.
Really?
Yeah, maybe, sure, why not? I
Well,
don't think.
my daughter raises bees, and she makes honey, and she makes honey soap. She makes soap out of the honey, and it's just really really good for your skin. It's really
That's
awesome.
that's good to hear.
I just don't know
I
how to do it. I've
I don't
never.
know. I
She does
don't.
it.
Maybe does she raise them from when they're young and teach them her A,
I
B's, C's,
I
and
don't know.
and they'd be like,
I'm lost.
right? She's
I,
like, listen, bees. I told you to clean up this room half an hour ago. You're in here watching TV, and let me tell you what. Okay, there will be no going out this weekend. You will clean this room, and that's the way she raises the bees. So, yeah. I didn't know there's any other way. I thought that's how you do it. But yeah,
I don't know.
this is my crazy. This is as crazy as it gets for my jokes. That's about it.
Well, I can show you. Do you know what ramps are?
Ramps.
Since you mentioned West Virginia, that's where I'm originally from. I just wondered if you know what ramps are that grow in the
Oh,
woods.
well, see, West Virginia is such a great place because West Virginia is the only place that has all of the ancestry.com on one page. Everybody's
That's
related to everybody. You know what I mean?
that is the truth.
They're all related. I'm not from
Oh
West Virginia.
no.
Yeah,
Oh no, the
I'm not
West
from West
Virginia
Virginia.
jokes.
Yeah, I'm not from West Virginia, and that's about it. So what do you want? But it's
But
you
you're
know
probably kin to people there.
not at all. No, nobody. I'm not. No, I'm not kidding. Oh, wait a second. You mean like my kids are here? Yeah, they are here. Yeah, they are here. Yeah. I did call it a family at one time, but now we've been here long enough. I think they call it a clan. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We call it a clan, because we're white, so you can't say that. But the point is that the point is that so many people in West Virginia are related, and part of the problem is that a term of endearment is, say, if you know
Did
someone
he
that
just
is
really say West Virginia?
Yeah, so I mean, I just made the mistake of mentioning it.
Oh,
but that's hold on, wait.
Everybody's kin up there.
A term of endearment is that you know someone and you're not related, you refer to them as your cousin or your aunt. That's what you
Yeah.
do. So that doesn't help. Plus, half of them up here, in the dating scene, a family picnic is it's a dating scene. So I
That's where
don't,
you pick up. That's where
right,
I found my last husband.
that's right. Not my last husband, right? But that's not, we don't, I don't know anything about that. But no, that's not true. And I'm not in West Virginia. I'm in West Virginia right now, but I'm actually live in Ohio. So there you go.
Well,
Yeah, because they're all connected. They're all so close to each other. But Pennsylvania,
yeah,
Ohio,
yeah.
Virginia.
Oh yeah.
So
I,
now whereabouts in
I,
West Virginia are you from?
I'm from down south of West Virginia, like the south eastern part.
You say that like it's a good thing. I mean, there's
It
all the four.
is.
It's like four. It's like I know there's like 4 or 5 people that live down there. So
Yeah,
you moved. So
from
there's
the
only
mountain.
3. There's only 3
Hey,
or 4 left. No,
that's
there's
where
it's a,
everybody is going to head. Let me tell you, to them mountains.
right. I realize that it's very very sparsely populated. It really
That's
is.
it. You
Nobody
want to
lives.
hide?
Yeah,
Go
this is
there.
one of the big cities here. Steubenville, Weirton, Wheeling, they're big cities, and there's
Yeah.
nobody that lives here. Nobody lives here at all. It's very,
No.
very small
That's right.
population. Basically, the size of your high school. Basically, that's who lives here. But
Pretty
no,
much.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
It
it is
really
pretty
is
much.
not, one stoplight towns mostly, just really small. And
Right,
a lot of trees.
but they do
A
have a
lot of trees.
Walmart, and they have TV in
Yeah.
color, and
Finally.
yeah, they
They just
have
got that
TV in color.
they just got that last
They
year.
got that. Yeah, they just got that. And now with their vision corrections, with those corrective lenses, now they see everything in color. And
Yeah.
but no, right, sure. It's okay. The divorce rate would go up substantially, I'm sure, but no one's married anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It is a
But
beautiful. It really is a beautiful. Would be like if something does happen and you want to get away from the cities, that's where you need to go.
oh
Is
yeah, it's one of the
because
safest.
the mountains.
It's one of the
Yeah,
safest places in the country. As I was telling Harold
it
this
is. Yeah,
maybe a few weeks ago. It's definitely, all kidding aside, it's
not
probably
very
one of
many people.
not very many
There's
people. Very very safe. Very very safe.
and
You know.
there's dirt roads that go crisscross the mountains because of the timbering. That was big in the day they
Yeah,
timbered the place out and
I
coal
don't.
mines, and
I don't know.
there's a
Geez,
lot
you really
of.
are Southern. She just gets more and more Southerner as the minutes go by, huh,
I
Melissa?
know.
She's
I
just
can't.
more Southern. She's like, as the crisscrossing the runs, it's just great. That's okay.
I can't. I
I'm
can't help
kidding.
it.
I'm
Look,
kidding.
I
It's
can't
okay.
help it.
It's okay.
If we're gonna crash, if this world's gonna crash, and we're not gonna have electricity, Dawn's the person you want to hang on to. Let me tell you.
Well, I'm originally from
I've
New
lived
York,
off
so my
grid.
idea is just end with tax it, taxing, tax. No, I'm just kidding. But that's the way they dealt with things up there. They tax everything to death, and it's a very, very high cost of living in New York compared to down here. Unfortunately, their fashion sense is stuck pretty much in the '80s, really. And I am not kidding. I'm not kidding. That's kind of a trade-off. But there's no traffic jams and very little, travel time between places. Between a big city, if you wanted to get someplace, it'll take you an hour to get to the doctors, an hour to get to the store. You know how it is.
Yeah.
And everything is very, very close. Everything's very, very close, and it's nice. It is very nice. Matthew, did you
But
tie all of the whole microphone cord, and how many knots
that
do you have in here? It's all knots.
that
It's all
really
knotted.
taught people how to be their own doctor, how to, what I'm saying, grow
Oh
their
yeah, I've
own
such faith in
everything.
Uncle Eddie's
Yeah. They
medical
make their
ability.
own
Love
moonshine.
it.
They
No,
grow, they don't go
again,
out of
and
town for nothing.
yeah, and that's part of the reason why the medical problems in West Virginia are the worst in the nation, because they don't go to the doctor, and they really
Well,
don't.
that's true. They
They
don't.
don't. They don't go to the doctor, and
Yeah.
the mortality. I don't want to say infant mortality rate, but it's the life expectancy here is ridiculous. It's terrible. It is terrible here, only because they don't take care of themselves, and just like any place else, there's drug problems and opiates and everything, but certainly not to the level of Chicago or Detroit or New York or
No.
Philly or whatever. No, not even close. No. So I
I
just
don't think, I really think the government, they make it really hard to live in West Virginia. They don't bring no business in there. You know,
well, there's no people.
business,
There's
they
not enough
vote
people.
it out of there. The people don't want it in there to
Well, I've
start
heard.
with.
Yeah, I have heard
And the
that.
government doesn't.
Yeah, I've heard that it's almost for lack of a better term. I'm not a businessman. You understand, but I've heard that there's a lot of shady characters, a lot of underhanded dealings to get your store on Main Street. You have to pay what would be bribes, to get
Yeah.
kickbacks and everything to have your store there. That's been going on for many, 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 many years, from what I understand. But I'm only that's what I hear. I don't have any proof. You got to look into it. That's not what I do. But because you have one part of town, which is Weirton, which is built up, and then the other part of town, which is right across the way, which there's nothing, and they mirror each other, and there's nothing. I asked a friend one time she's been there for 20 years. I said, why is one side of the town built up and the other side of the town is not? Not really. There's only a couple businesses over there, and she told me the story that it's corruption. They wouldn't go into. Matthew, turn off the TV. I'm so sorry. You got Futurama. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Can you turn it off because it's interfering with them? She types in, how long ago did you send that? Geez, that's like 10 minutes ago, and I finally saw it all of a sudden. This little tiny 10-point font. I couldn't see it. This better not be the way that you sell books. It'd be like the Mandela effect, according to Dawn. The big letters. So is that better for you, Melissa? She's got her
Yes.
microphone.
I was
Okay.
trying to
I,
send Harold this link thingy. I'm
Right.
not good at this.
Oh.
I really wanted to also read. I mean, they give the country girl the Bible to read.
Uh-huh.
First that no, First Thess-
Thessalonians.
Thessalonians, yeah,
Thessalonians. Yeah. Yeah.
chapter 5,
Okay. What is it?
which and get y'all's opinion on it and everything, because a lot of
Sure.
people are saying now, oh, you can't. The first thing you come up against when you start talking about the end of times, they're like, oh, nobody knows. That's what they want to say to you, and
Right.
I
Sure.
I say that's not true. I say that that we will know the time. There will be signs. There
Well,
is
yeah, of course.
signs.
Well, of course, but there's. God, you brought up First Thessalonians 5. So what was the point that you wanted to bring up about First Thessalonians 5?
Well, I'm going to read it and
Okay.
let y'all just
What's the
see
verse?
what y'all chapter 5, the whole chapter.
Okay, knock yourself out.
Prepare yourself. I'm country.
This
Okay.
is why you get front billing. This is why you get top billing on the cover.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
read the whole
guess.
thing. I'm gonna
'Cause
read
I
the
get
whole
to
thing.
read.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. I'm
Okay.
gonna read the whole thing.
It's not long. I'm just
Okay,
Kind
going
of
to read
sound
through
like
11.
home to me, really.
go ahead.
There you go. Hey,
Hi,
Harold.
Aaron.
Hey, hey, nice painting, Ty.
What's that?
It's a nice painting back there.
Which one is it?
What is that right behind you? The wood thing.
This the bed frame.
Oh, I can't see. I'm blind.
Yeah, it's a bed
Hey,
frame. Yeah,
it looks
that's
like a
okay.
painting from here.
No, it's a bed. It's a bed frame.
Oh, okay. All right, nice
I
pillow.
this is not my house. I'm actually at a hotel.
Oh, okay, that's
I'm at a
cool.
hotel. Sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I'm
you
in
went to a
Westford.
hotel.
That's
You went to a
yeah.
hotel just for this? Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's what I did, Harold. This is why Harold is no longer copy editor. This is why she is not copy editor anymore. You know what I mean? Tell him, oh my gosh, try this running late. It must be something to do with Armageddon. No, I
Yes.
just run late, forgot milk and butter. I'll be back. Oh, it
Oh,
definitely has
okay.
something to do with Armageddon.
I thought it was
No,
Armageddon. I thought it was Armageddon
no.
again.
I
Oh,
told
okay.
you, Don. What did I say? This is what I said. But no, but no, yeah, that's that.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a different computer, different headphones, different setup, different everything. I'm
Oh,
probably a
okay.
different angle from what I usually am, right, Melissa?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah,
And there ain't
yeah,
no
got it.
dog there.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
dog.
no, there's no dog. My dog is with my
Yeah,
daughter.
there's
I'm
no
very
dog.
sad.
Okay,
Sad that you brought
we have to be
up.
quiet. We got to let Dawn read this. Okay, so
Read,
everybody
read,
mute
Don.
for just a second.
Okay.
It's fine,
First,
clever.
now I got to say it again. First Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm going to read 1 through 11. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, and that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. For God hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Jesus Christ, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore comfort yourselves together, and edify one another, even as also ye do. Okay, that's it.
Amen. Yay!
Amen.
Did I do
Yeah.
all right? Do you understand?
Did good.
Yeah.
I kept the
Did good.
y'alls out. It was real hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Did good.
Wow. That was intense.
So you guys, I'll be right back. But
Okay.
Ty, will you tell us your take on that? What you feel? Because I could tell you mine, but I'll be right back.
Okay. I see. Bless you. Thank you.
Everybody's saying amen. I love y'all.
Amen.
This is what I got here. I had to pull it up. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's very self-explanatory, but people are going to argue whether they're pre-millennial, post-millennial, amillennial, obviously, and how they feel about the Lord coming back. But there's two different. I mean, you understand the second coming and the rapture of the church are two different things. They're not the same thing. They never have been the same thing. But the people get those things confused, and especially those people who I don't want to say that they're not well versed or anything. They're just unlearned. They haven't been in it very long. They don't understand that these things are different. This day of the second coming of Jesus Christ and the rapture are two different things. They're not the same thing. But then again, you get into different type of. Don, I have to ask you, what is your theological background?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, well, you're Don as opposed to Harold.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Okay.
That's okay.
Well, I was Baptist. I was raised in church as far as back. My mom was a Sunday school teacher. I
Right.
was a Sunday school teacher for a time. I
Right.
got away from it for a while. Was not walking the best path.
Mm-hmm.
That I was supposed to, uh, and
Right.
decided to really was unhappy with my life like over a year ago, and decided to change it and walk a godly path, and move down
Right.
here away from everyone. I just left.
Right. Right.
And a few
I
months
just.
later,
Mm-hmm.
I started seeing the ME. I started praying every day, and going to church, and
Right.
seeking after God. And that's when I started seeing the ME changes.
When did you what
They
when
found
did you
me.
when did you wake up to the ME? For lack of a
Well,
better term, when did you first notice the ME?
Well, I actually was looking up about, because I was really, it was I was talking to my kids like a week before that, and I was picking at my daughter. We were talking about the Jewish incident with the Nazis and Hitler, and we were just discussing that. We have discussions, and we were discussing that, and I was like, told my daughter she was blonde hair, blue eyed, that she was, and it was so funny that Hitler wanted blonde hair, blue eyed people, and he did not have blue eyes. And I
Okay.
just happened to be looking on YouTube, which I never do. And the kid, they were watching something, and I decided to go on YouTube and watch something, and it came up something about Hitler, and I thought, well, I'll click on that. Something Hitler had blue eyes, and I'm like, what? And I looked it up and I researched it, and it said that he had blue eyes, and I was like, no, no, he didn't. What is, and then I was like, well, I kept, and the more I researched, the more I found, like the changes,
Sure.
and I seen them all. Febreze, yeah, double stuffed Oreos, 2Fs,
Right.
yeah,
Sure.
you
Well,
know.
we're familiar with all the
Oh,
changes, but when
yeah.
did you wake up? Do you remember the month and the year?
Yeah, it was back in May of 2017, so I've not been awake that long.
Okay.
So
And
it's kind of new to
Brian,
me.
that's me. Harold, what were you
Yeah.
were in you were in
Oh,
2016, Harold, right?
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that
Love
was
you, White Rabbit.
2016. And I was in June 2016 is what it
Yeah, it's
was.
around the time I was too, actually.
Right. Yeah, because when we were talking, it was pretty much the same time.
Yeah.
Are you for lack of a better term, again, I hate to play semantics, but there is no lexicon for the MEs, so you understand what I'm saying when I say, are you from the Sagittarius arm or
Mm.
the Orion spur, Don?
I would Sagittarius arm, I'm afraid.
Sagittarius arm. Okay. Yeah, because normally, you can't
uh,
talk to someone and like that if they got 2 weeks in. They go, "What are
yeah,
you talking about? Wait a
I
second."
know. I've studied it all. I remember
Okay.
being taught that. I was actually a very good student. I
Right.
graduated when I was 17. I was in all advanced classes, above normal.
Okay, well that's good. It's
So
strange that
I knew, I studied.
Normal in West Virginia in the same sentence.
Yeah,
It's just
I was.
amazing.
Well, that's true.
I'm joking. That's okay. The
No,
I'm only teasing because of course Melissa talks about you all the time. That's the idea. So I feel like we know you.
Because I love
You're
her.
fine. You're fine. I love y'all. I love you guys.
She loves you, but she should see what she posts. Oh my gosh, just it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. It's I mean, if you read in between the lines, it's all good.
yeah,
It's all
yeah.
healthy. He tells you what you should
There's no
eat and the way
secrets
you should
among
talk
friends. We're
and
family.
the things that you
Yeah.
should wear, and the things that you should say, and things like that. But nothing intrusive, nothing like that at all. But I'm only kidding, of course. But the reason why I asked all this stuff again is I try to put it like this when I bring up something about someone's belief, and it would be like me asking you what is your political affiliation, and somebody would say, well, I was a Democrat since I was just a little guy, but I did go a little bit crazy, and I really wasn't a Democrat. And I thought about Socialist Party for a little bit, but not really. And then I was really a Democrat after I researched JFK and I went into, politics a little bit. I'm not too sure about it. And that's basically the way people handle Christianity. And that's not the type of answer I'm looking for. I just wanted to know, as soon as you said Baptist, I understood basically what your fundamental beliefs were as a Baptist, depending upon what division, what sect of the Baptist you're in. Basically, you're either in a very strict Baptist church or you're not.
Strict.
You know what I mean? The strict Baptist churches are the ones that say, they try very hard to keep the flesh under control. They basically say, okay, we're having a problem with dresses. They're much, much, much too tight. So you can only wear loose dresses from now on. Girls, make it happen. Loose dresses only. And then the loose dresses come on. But yet
I wasn't allowed to date.
But yet
no makeup.
But yet the dresses are no longer tight, right? They're very, very loose, but now they're paper thin and you can see right through them. When the light hits and you go, wait a second, girls, you can't do that. You know what? We can't have that either. And then they make some other rule change and they go, okay, you cannot, they got to be thick and they cannot be tight. And then okay. And then all of a sudden they go really, really short and they go, wait, what are you doing? You can't show that now. And so the point being is that in those churches with the Baptists, they of course with many churches, but Baptists, you find it more often than not, where you find the point being is that the flesh finds a way around any rule. That's the idea, finds a way around it. And you'll see that in Baptist churches all the time. They're
sorry.
strict.
Well,
I'm sorry,
not with
Ty.
four brothers.
I had a short dress on. I changed it though.
Well, but you did buy the dress, and that's what.
Yeah,
that's
I know. I'm sorry, Ty. I won't do it.
Okay. No, it's quite all right. But you know what I'm saying. So that's basically what happens in strict Baptist churches. Okay. But I know that the fundamentals. So you believe, and now I got to ask you: you believe in the premillennial return of Jesus Christ?
No.
Okay, what do you believe?
I think that it'll be more towards
premillennial reign. I'm sorry, premillennial reign. Premillennial reign.
That's something different right there.
Yeah, premillennial reign is what it is. But it means that Jesus Christ is going to come and reign on the earth for 1,000 years, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. And do you believe in the I'm sorry, what is it called? Do you believe in a do you believe in the tribulation period? Do you believe we're going to go through the tribulation period?
I believe I am. I don't know, how anybody else believes, but yeah.
So you believe that we'll go through the tribulation period?
I don't. Well, I think some people will be left behind to help other people. I really do.
Okay.
And
all right.
I believe, maybe we're at least going to go halfway, if not all the way.
Okay. All right.
I'm not 100% on when, because I mean, you hear so
Everybody
many
wants.
different things.
Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know when.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
but I mean, everybody tells you different.
Okay, I have a message. I'm gonna have to take this call because this is my phone ringing, and this is Troy calling me. So let me take this, and he's gonna want to know where I am.
So what do you think, Harold? I mean, do you think
I
it's
think that Jesus is going to come like a thief in the night.
yeah,
The time and the place that he's going to show up, nobody knows but the Father.
right. All right.
And I think that the best you can do is, to put your faith in Christ. You know, do the best you can. Accept Him as your Savior, and that's the best you can do. And when He comes, be ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about exactly when, but
Just
you
be
know,
ready when it is.
just be ready now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way, whenever He does show up, you won't have to worry about it. They say, well, when Jesus comes to knocks at your door, will you open it? And you say, yeah, sure I will. But will you? That's the question. Because I'm of the opinion that Jesus doesn't look like a long-haired, white guy. I'm
Yeah.
of the opinion that you may not know Jesus when you see Him. Remember, after he rose from the dead, they didn't quite know Him. He met people
Right.
on the road, and
Right.
they were like, you know. That's why He actually had to show them His, wounds before they actually believed Him. Because he didn't look the same. And I'm going to
Right.
think now that He's not going to look the same. You may not know Him when you meet Him. Unless you have that connection. Unless you have faith.
Right. You got to have that connection. The
And
Yeah,
Holy
I
if you
don't.
have,
I don't agree at all.
I know you don't. You don't.
No,
You don't
I
agree with
don't agree.
nothing.
I don't agree. I don't agree at all because he's
I
not
know.
coming back. He's not coming back as someone like, oh, let's get together. We're gonna have a group or something. No, he's coming back for His own. If we're not with him, if you're not with me, you're against me. That's the way it is. He's not. He's
Well,
not looking to make. He's not looking to
let
make
me
friends
ask
this
you.
time around.
Could I ask you something?
Go right ahead.
Okay. How do you think He's going to come back?
He's going to come back as the line of the tribe of Judah. He's going to come back as the king.
Is
And
He going to come back? But is He going to be born
no, he's coming back literally, physically. Is a literal physical
from the
return
cloud?
as the
From the
king.
cloud? From the
No,
cloud?
no. One is the rapture versus the second coming of Jesus Christ. They're two different things. Okay.
And how
Remember,
will you know? How will you know when He does?
what do you mean? Didn't it say every
Well,
eye shall see Him?
Actually, it says He'll come like a thief in the night.
That's different. Those are two different things.
Yes,
Coming in
it
the
is.
thief of the yes, it's two different things. Coming as
Yeah.
a thief in the night is referring to expecting him as a thief in the night. Not going to expect the thief. If they would know that if they knew that the thief was coming, the strong man of the house, etc., no, there'd be no problems. You wouldn't get, wouldn't be in any danger. Nothing would happen. But if you didn't know the thief if it's coming as a thief in the night and unexpectedly, that's the idea. And that's too different. It's a physical return. I understand it's a analogy, you understand, but it's a physical. The point is that the rapture is in the clouds. We disappear. Remember, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Correct? That's what it says. But the physical return of Jesus Christ is coming back as the King of Israel, King of the world. That's who He is, because he's Lord of Lords, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. That's who He is, and that's a different thing than the rapture. Those are two different things.
Well,
You
so
understand?
what do you think He's coming back to do?
What do you mean? You know what He's coming back to do? He's coming
No,
back
I
to
know
straighten
what
the
He's
whole.
coming.
Yeah,
I know. I'm asking you.
He's coming back to straighten the whole mess out. Of course.
Straighten it out. In what way?
Straighten the
Is there
whole.
going to be a war?
Yeah, I would think there would be a war. sure.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's in the end of it, it will be Armageddon, of course.
Do you think it's
You know,
going to
that's not
be in the
our.
Middle
That's
East or across the whole entire world?
well, that's called Armageddon Valley for a reason, right? But that's not the
Yeah,
point.
Armageddon. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
The point of it being is that he'll take his rightful place, and that's the way it will be. But he will rule with. Is he going to rule in the pacifist way that we see now? The touchy-lovey way that everybody thinks is going to be Christ-like, or is it going to be ruling with a rod of iron?
I think he'll be ruling with the Father's word.
You mean with a rod of iron? Because
Yeah,
you
with the
remember
word.
that, it's a word. It's a rod of iron. Is
He
what's
is
going
the
to be.
word.
So
I mean, he
therefore,
is kind of the embodiment of the word. So
well, he is
when
exactly
you say
that,
a
and
rod
that's
of
the
iron, yeah, he's
problem.
going to be ruling as God.
The problem is, the problem is that he's going to say it. That's the way that it goes. That's it. That's it. So it's going to be very bloody mess. Yeah, he's going to kill a lot of people, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm sorry to say, but I know it's unpopular, but that is what's going to happen. Sure. Yeah. He believes in the death penalty. I hate to say it that way. It sounds so bad, doesn't it? But it's the truth.
I think
That
it'll
is,
be a
that
little bit
is.
worse than that, even.
It'd be much, much worse than that. Sure. Yeah, because the blood will go to the
Because
horse's bridle, right? In the Armageddon
yeah,
Valley.
because if you're going to get killed in that and you're going to be against Christ, then I think the least, death will be the least you'll worry about.
Well, the problem is that you said it right there. And when people talk about Christ, Christ is not his name. It
I
used
know
to be
Jesus,
Jesus used to
obviously.
be the answer. It was written on all these buildings, all in the inner cities. Then it went to Christ is the answer. Then it went to He is the answer. They get rid of Jesus any way they can. And the only reason why I say that is that these people come up and they say, well, it's Yeshua. It's Yeshua, it's Yahweh, or this gobbledygook nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. You didn't have to go to school to learn all this garbage and listen to some fraud about something that wastes 15 cents, or wouldn't have to pay me 15 cents to waste your time and money on that garbage. You could get your head all full of nonsense when Acts 4:12 says, there's one name. There's one name. Jesus will do just fine. You don't need Yeshua. You don't need Yahweh. Jesus is just fine. What's wrong with you? You're too busy trying to change the names, whether it's Jehovah's Witnesses or anything else. Jesus Christ.
Why would you change the name?
That's why they do it. I don't know why they do it. Maybe you should ask them. But, it's the Yeshua crowd, the Yahweh crowd. They're just all out there trying to peddle some new thing.
Actually,
I'd say the same thing as no kidding. But tell them that. They're like, well, in the original Hebrew, and for God's sakes. You know what I mean? It's a waste of time.
But the important thing is, we already know how that's going to end.
Well, the point is that with those type of folks, and the thing is that everything's so ecumenical now, and people always just want to get together, and the only way we can all get together is we all drop doctrine, and you can't drop doctrine. Jesus Christ himself is very dogmatic, and I'm not Jesus Christ, but the idea is that
no, you're not.
the problem with the Mandela effect, when it changes those words, I'm looking very carefully and looking very hard and trying to see, like I'm sure Harold has, I'm sure you have too, Don, looking at that doctrine, saying, okay, wait a second, what has changed? What has changed? Yeah. And these doctrines are built upon even very salient verses, very, very small things. You go, that's changed, or this has changed, or the word matrix, or whatever it may be. In a dozen different places, I don't want to say, I'm just giving a bigger dozen different places, and that our doctrine is being attacked in one way or another. And I'm thinking that maybe it has something to do with the end, with people are going to turn. You just read out of 1 Thessalonians 5, Don. Yeah. Okay, and I have a take on 1 Thessalonians 5. It's pretty obvious, but remember what it says in Thessalonians as well, when it says God will send strong delusion. Okay, God will send strong delusions. I'm sorry. God will send strong delusion. Okay, I have to get ahead of myself. At Thessalonians. So God sends the strong delusion. It's not the devil. It's God is sending it. God's allowing it. At the very least, God's allowing it. So if there is a deception, we're not deceived. God is the one that's doing the deceiving. He's doing it on purpose. And he's doing it because those people would not receive the love of the truth and be saved. That's what the verse says. You understand, Harold. You read it before.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what it
Hi,
says.
Troy.
And hey,
Hey,
Troy.
what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, guys?
I don't see. I just see a black box. I don't see. I don't see anything else. I don't see Steelers. Okay,
Hey,
there we go.
Troy.
There he is.
Hey,
Okay,
yes.
good. Hey, Troy. So, but that's my small take on it. I went a long way around to say it, but you know.
You guys are so awesome. Gosh. I learned so much. I'm trying to learn. I kind of relearning because I've just forgotten so much. But it might be a good thing or a bad thing. It's probably all
Well,
that Pepsi I drank.
You want to know
I don't
doctrine? Talk to Ty. Ty's got it. He's got it in spades.
No,
We'll
it's
help
not
you right
that.
out.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
But I love
The,
y'all guys. And hi, Troy. I love you too.
Hey, Troy.
so Troy did get your message, Melissa.
Apparently.
See,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Melissa,
I saw that.
there we go. And I'm sorry I haven't been online in the last few days. I've been busy. I got another house and I've been moving and everything's in storage and everything's not ready and blah blah blah. You know, it's been very tumultuous. How about that? That's a 50-cent word.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just glad that you're okay. You know, I was worried about you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And right now I'm just dependent on Wi-Fi. You know, and it's just I got to get out. I got to get all the utilities on at the new place, and it's got to take a little bit. So it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
So
Yep, I hear you.
so
You're right, crying hippie. Did y'all read? Can y'all see the chat?
what is it? What is this crying? I'm not.
He said it is the
It is
famine.
the famine.
Yeah. Go
Yeah, it's
ahead.
Daniel. He's giving me Daniel. He's giving me Daniel. It's famine or Amos. What is it? Daniel Amos. It's a famine for the word. Yeah, you're looking for it. Can't find it. Can't find it. Yeah, but
Well,
We can see your ear really good there.
That is a nice ear.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
your ear. You're showing off your ear.
Who's that? Is that me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, that's
okay.
you.
Oh, okay. I can't even tell. I don't even see my icon on here. So,
Oh,
hi.
look, it's an eye.
Nice ear.
don't
Yeah.
worry. It's your good ear. Don't
Yeah,
my
worry.
good ear.
A good
Hey,
one.
Don't worry.
You know,
It's your good
hopefully I
ear.
cleaned it well enough.
Right.
Not the one that got ripped off.
We can tell. We can tell you.
It's your good ear.
All right. Well, let me know. Let me know if you see anything disgusting there. Well, cool. Hey, so, you know, I heard a couple of new things, you know, that I want to kind of pass by the group. I shared it with a couple already. And, you know, it's kind of 50-50. Some people don't know about it, but I figured I'd throw it out. Does anybody here remember who the original Gerber baby was?
Wait a second.
Yes.
It was.
Go ahead, Ty. I know it, but I can't get it out of my head.
I'm trying to
you had
think
that.
what it is. Trying to think. Hold on.
Come on.
Did they do a search? Did they do a survey? Hold on. It was not. They went in. The
I think
Gerber
you're not
baby.
supposed to be treating or cheating.
Cheating what?
Yeah, I know.
I can't.
I'm
No,
not
no
cheating. No.
cheating. No,
I
we
know.
hear you talking.
Well,
out
okay, how about this?
loud.
How about this? How about this? Was it a boy or was it a girl?
I thought it was a boy, wasn't it?
Wait a second. That is the problem with the Gerber baby, isn't it? It's
It's a baby.
no, that's the
I
problem.
thought it
with
was
the
a
Gerber
girl.
It was a girl.
baby. The Gerber baby
I
was
thought
a
it was a
girl.
girl.
It was a
Yeah,
girl,
it was a
and in
girl.
fact, she carried this around like a badge of honor. Her name was Brooke Shields.
Really?
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
It was Brooke Shields, and in fact, I found residue of it. In fact, I found lots of residue pertaining to just that. In fact, Teresa helped me dig some of that up.
I bet she
But
did.
now, it's Randy Gerber.
Oh no.
What?
It's a boy.
What?
Yep. Now it's Randy Gerber.
Really?
To tell you the truth, I don't have
Gerber.
I was not a big Brooke Shields fan, even though I knew who she was. What is she, Black Lagoon or anything like that?
Yep. She was Black Lagoon.
But that's like a little bit before my time. I mean, I was still young enough, but my mother would stomp on anything that I had anything to do with anything. You know what I mean? And she would kill me.
Yeah.
So Brooke Shields was a little bit before my time.
Brooke Shields was not a big fan. No one in my family really liked Brooke Shields, I guess on her belief system or whatever. But I definitely knew that Brooke Shields was the Gerber baby. There's a lot of residue out there that I've obtained.
Who was the Coppertone baby? Who was the Coppertone baby?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because when you said Brooke Shields, I was thinking Coppertone baby. Someone said Coppertone baby is a big deal. But Brooke Shields, even when you said it was Brooke Shields, I didn't even hit me that.
No, it says the original Gerber baby is turning 90 years old. Ann Turner Cook posed. She's from Florida.
What?
Look it up again.
Oh my God!
Did it change again?
It changed again. It was Randy Gerber. It was Randy Gerber as of 2 days ago. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah,
And she's 90.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up later.
Now. I don't think Brooke Shields is 90.
No, in fact, the dates are all off too.
Not yet. Brooke Shields is a little bit younger than 90. I think she's about. I think she. In seriousness, I think she's about 55.
Yeah.
50,
I think you're right.
Really,
That sounds
about
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
She might even be 52, 53, because she was young.
Look it up. Somebody look it up so we can see.
Oh, what do you think? We all have computers at our disposal right in front of us.
No,
I have a phone.
Yeah.
I got a phone.
Well, I
wish we had some
thought
sort
my
of way.
computer. What do you guys want?
I wish we had
No,
some sort of way that we could hook into some sort of device and we could just get this access to this information like a catalog or something. We should call it the internet.
Oh,
right, exactly.
Is that what we should call it?
That's an ME.
And I created it. I created it.
Now you created it today.
Sure.
Right, exactly. Hey, I heard something else kind of weird. I heard that carrots, which used to be really good for rabbits, I guess they love eating carrots. That's incredibly horrible for them now. It's very, very bad for them.
Oh, no way. Yeah. I had rabbits. I raised rabbits.
That's what you feed. That's what you feed rabbits. That's the Easter bunny. It's all about that, right?
Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
Carrot.
Yep. Carrots are
eating a carrot.
Carrots are very bad for rabbits now too.
No way.
I
I thought that was weird. I thought that was very strange to hear that. I didn't do any research about it. I'm just kind of relaying this over.
Ta-da.
90 years old. Look at it.
No kidding.
Would you look at it? Look at that.
Wow.
That's just amazing. But I don't have any recollection of her at all. Nothing.
Hey, since you got that up there, you want to check that fact to see if carrots are actually bad for rabbits?
Yeah, and the ones you check to see which one's better, Kirk or Picard.
Right, exactly.
Well,
that's Kirk if it's original, and Picard for Next Generation. Yeah.
Dawn, did you get kicked out of the room for a second? Oh,
yeah.
Your little icon's not Dawn.
I know. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah. The correct answer, we would have also allowed Janeway.
Oh, Janeway. Yeah.
Yeah, Janeway.
And I don't know if you guys have heard this one yet, but this is something that I was looking up as well. Actually, it came across my my feed, and I decided to look at the guy. I don't know his name, but his site is called Recall Vector. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I've seen it.
The guy,
I think we've all seen it.
He was talking about Captain Kirk and the cuffs on his arm on his sleeves now. I don't know if you've seen them, but those have also changed now.
I did. I saw them and they did not look changed to me. I know what those cuffs are, and the squid. I know what they are.
Did he have solid bands, or did he have like the little zigzaggy things?
They're two different styles. Two different
They
styles.
are. He had a green uniform, and then he had a gold uniform.
Right, they're two different things. They're two different styles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of the things.
So you're saying you say you remember both styles, the zigzaggy ones on his arms, like the little decorated one?
Depending on what he wore,
Yeah.
depending on what he wore, You got to remember that you understand that in space, especially during that time, space is akin to a Navy ship. It's not. It's all water. Everything. That's why you call it a bridge and stern. And those things on his arm mirror that of a Navy captain.
See that?
That's what it looks like. That's why it looks like that. Okay. But the zigzags were a style that I remember. I saw the zigzags one. It was not the regular solid bands that I've seen many times, but I'm sure they were there. Yeah. Depending, because he's got star-studded. He's got like a sparkle suit that he wears too. That is very. Those have the zigzags, I believe.
Okay, so it's like a LeMay one. So maybe I mean, I was never a huge original Star Trek. I mean, I've seen him, quite a few times, but not a huge fan. But when I looked at the majority of them, so I couldn't say for absolute 100% certainty that because I wasn't paying attention, in that sense.
He changed his suit also in the first movie.
Yes,
the movie was white.
Right.
Yes.
White and weird color, weird stuff. Welcome
weird
to the
stuff.
80s or the late 70s, 79.
Yeah,
right?
he had really weird. He had a different toupee on and everything.
Yeah, bad toupee too. It was a bad toupee.
Bad toupee. Yeah.
Bad toupee. And they're mocking about getting older, and they were all like a ripe old age of 40. We're so old. And they were
but he had the toupee on. Then he got the little
glasses are no good. These glasses are no good. And
they were granny glasses he got.
Oh, they're terrible. Yeah, terrible. And everything I learned about Captain Kirk, I learned from Jason Alexander.
Yeah.
But
you mean Seinfeld?
From Costanza, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah.
Because he's a huge Trek fan, and he makes he said he took all his acting cues from Shatner. In the beginning, he goes, I must ruin my career at the beginning because he couldn't act any other way than acting like Captain Kirk.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that was destroying my career right there. So it was very funny. Very funny. He is in an episode on Voyager, though. The thing, Voyager, Jason Alexander plays a leading role, a guest star on. Which is nice. He's the think tank. He's very good. Oh. He's almost unrecognizable as Costanza, which is nice.
Well, he is unrecognizable, but that's beside the point.
Well, I was talking about this last. I want to say it was last week. I would mention I think everyone here knew that we had a second moon. Was everyone here aware of that?
Yes.
That we had a second?
Yes.
Moon? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had mentioned that.
In the sky, there's dual moons on either side.
Correct. No, that's no more. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. That our second moon is no more. It's now an asteroid. It's never been a moon.
Or what?
Now it's an asteroid up there.
Yeah, now it's an asteroid. Yep, the Corinthian or whatever it is. It's never been a moon now. Now it's always been an asteroid.
What do you mean? It's always been there? It's always been there, it's been coming?
Well, it just orbits around the sun and Earth, so it's always kind of zooming around us, but it's not our second moon anymore.
I call shenanigans.
I know, so do I. Because
I know a base.
Like a moon.
There's a base on the moon and a base on Mars. Yeah.
Did y'all see where it said that's a polar vortex split or something, and we're going to have some really bad weather coming up?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. What was that all about?
Do you remember from Voyager? Do you remember Chakotay from Voyager?
Oh yeah, the one with the little lines on his face.
Yeah, Chakotay from Voyager. I'm gonna blame him for the polar vortex.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that when they shoot their phaser into the vortex and they found some kind of anomaly?
I'm gonna blame him only because I can, and I don't think anyone cares enough to defend him. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna blame Spock because he went through that.
No, don't blame Spock because then it's gonna be which Spock, the old Spock, the new Spock, which one?
The old one. Yeah. See, the old one. He went through that portal. Yeah. Remember the portal? He went through the portal into the past. Well, when he went through the portal into the past, he caused things to change. And that's
That wasn't
why
that wasn't him. That was all Chris Pine. Chris Pine, he was drinking weird Kool-Aid or whatever. I don't know what happened. But Zachary, what's the guy's name? The new Spock?
Quinto.
Zachary Quinto, okay. What a
Yeah.
great actor he is, right? So we can't blame old Spock because we've got new Spock now. That'd be great. That'd be great. It would be like the old version. And get rid of that one. They got a new version of me, 30 years younger. I'll go for that. You know?
And
my wife would be into that. Be like, sure, the younger you. That's good. Give me a
Does anybody
room. Like, no, I'm not.
Has anybody checked to see if Spock if he's still alive yet?
No, but what's his name
Nimoy's
died
dead.
again?
Who did?
Billy Graham.
Baker.
Oh,
Billy
yeah.
Graham, yeah.
Oh my gosh! And in all seriousness,
Again.
and I when I went and I saw the Billy Graham obituary, the write-up for him. I don't want to call it the obituary because it wasn't an actual obituary, but when I saw the write-up in the paper, same pictures and same things that they were saying the last time. Same pictures. It's unmistakable. Yeah, I said this is advisor to presidents and blah blah blah, and here's the picture, here's this, same stuff, same quotes, just like they had it on file. Or what when people get up in age, these editors, Harold, you understand with an editors, these editors have people like if Jane Fonda, Jane Fonda's 168, you know that. So Jane Fonda being 168, they have nice things to say about Jane Fonda in the event that she dies overnight. They already
Even
have
though
the
everybody
copy
else is calling her Hanoi Jane.
Yeah,
Still.
she is. Yeah, she no doubt. Yeah, but she's a good actress. She did great videos in the 80s. But the point being is that
she did some good videos in the 60s too. I heard.
Yeah, right. Because she's like I said, she's 168. But that's not important right now. The point is that they already have her obituary and good things to say in file right now, ready to go if the worst happens. And they had that stuff for Billy Graham waiting, because when I read the article, I said, I already read this. I said, that's an ME all the way. I already read it. I already read the article. I saw all the clips. And I'm not talking about online. I'm talking about a newspaper. I saw USA Today. I'm looking at it. I saw this already. Which is interesting, right? It's like
so now, when is he going to pop back up again, do you think?
Oh, I don't know, because he's 99, so good luck on that, huh?
Yeah, well, he'll be 54.
How are they doing that?
Huh?
Are they clones or are they just?
I don't know.
There is a
how is this
$64,000
happening?
That's
I don't understand that one.
That's the one thing that we never really talk about, because we don't have people that are dead. We have people that are dead that are now alive, but we don't have people that are alive that we knew to be alive and then we're dead. We don't have that in reverse.
Right.
We only have.
You know who else did that? Jim Neighbors.
Oh,
Jim
yeah.
Neighbors.
Yeah, I was just going to
died.
mention that, man.
Jim Neighbors.
died a long time ago.
Gene Wilder is another
He
one.
died a long time ago.
Jerry
Uh,
Lewis. I remember Jerry Lewis died.
Jerry Lewis is another one. Yeah, Jerry
I
Lewis
thought
was
he
very
died
sick.
like 30 years ago.
A long
Jerry
time
Lewis
ago.
was very sick, and he had a heart attack and died.
Yeah.
Right, from my recollection. And the guy from Family Feud, whatever his name was,
He committed suicide.
no, he didn't commit suicide.
Yeah. The guy from Family Feud, the first guy, he
Bob
went
Barker?
mental. He went mental. No, in Family Feud, he went mental.
Louis Anderson had a heart attack.
No.
and
Before
died.
him. Before
Richard
him,
Dawson?
there was another guy.
Dawson, that's what it is.
No, between Richard Dawson and there was a guy, and this guy,
a guy who was there for a minute.
yeah, he ended up being put in a mental institution.
Laurie,
and
was
he
his name
committed
Gene Laurie? Was
suicide.
his name Gene Laurie? Gene Laurie?
I don't know. I just saw it the other day. He said he committed suicide. He tied his neck with
he was crazy.
with a sheet and hung himself in a closet. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's almost akin to. I don't even think that's like depression stuff. That's more like MK Ultra stuff. That's really.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like that. But too many of our famous people end up hanging themselves in closets.
Didn't David Carradine kill?
Yes.
Wasn't David Carradine dead too? And then he came back and he killed himself.
Yes, and then the guy. I think the lead singer from David, whatever his name was, from NXS. I think he did the same thing in a closet. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. But isn't that strange? Like I said, way too many. You know what I mean? There are way too many people in that line of work in the entertainment industry deciding to, with their Maseratis and big houses and beautiful wives and wonderful kids and lots of money in the bank, they decide they're going to hang themselves in a closet while they're in Thailand. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, no.
It happens all the time, but apparently it happens quite often. I mean,
Actually, they said he did it to himself.
you understand. I
I
don't
understand.
know. I don't
have to
know.
say. I don't have to say anything, but you understand.
Yes. There's quite a bit of
A lot of
people
people
that
did that. A
Wilford
lot of
Brimley,
people
the
disappeared and came
diabetes.
back.
Wilford Brimley, the diabetes
Yeah,
guy.
he died. He died.
He died, and he's definitely alive now. It was such a shock that I was actually upset when I saw the commercial for
What about
diabetes with Wilford
what about the
Brimley.
guy
Going,
with the gold? What about the guy that says, "What's in your safe"? Did he die?
what's in your wallet? You mean?
No, safe, safe. He's always, like playing golf or,
I don't know.
and he sells gold bullion or coins or something.
I don't know. I'm
And he
not.
was
I'm
giving
not
away a
that.
safe.
I'm not that culturally hip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, he always goes, "What's in your safe?"
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I
that
had no
guy.
idea.
He popped back up too. He was dead.
Who's the other guy? Not Gene Rayburn, but Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker's still alive, is he not?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Okay, but he
Didn't he
died.
die?
Too.
He died. He
He
died
died and
exactly
popped back up.
when he survived. When he survived, when he fell in his bathroom or whatever happened, he actually died. But he survived now.
Huh.
Very strange.
Wow.
And the thing is that's one of now to answer your question, Don. And went on a big tirade there, but
Yeah.
to answer your question, that is one of the most mind-bending, mind-numbing things in the ME. When we start talking about that, because we know that this guy's dead,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
or this actress or this actor is dead, and I wish it was somebody else, that we could all point to, like it would be John Bonham, it would be Jimi Hendrix, it would be Janis Joplin, someone that's famous, we
John
all
Wayne.
know. Or
Yep.
John Wayne, anybody
Yeah.
like that. Could be Red Skeleton, could be Red Fox, could be anybody.
Yeah.
And we'd all go, oh, for sure. But no, it seems that it's just right out of reach, right out of
Right.
reach. Where maybe we don't know. Meanwhile, like no, he's dead. And like Gene Wilder just died. That's
Yeah.
who was that
Yeah,
guy?
I know he died. I know he died a while back.
He died
But
so
back-
long. He died so long ago that he died right after his wife died of cancer. His wife died of cancer, and then he
Yeah.
died. He died
Yeah.
right after he died of a broken heart. But yet he just died a year ago.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
What
I was
got
like,
me? What got me was the Jim Neighbors, because I know that he had died. I think he died of
He had
AIDS or
been
whatever it
dead.
was
Yeah,
a while
He had
back.
been dead.
But
Yeah.
but exactly. But the thing is that his last name actually changed too. It was spelled like your next door neighbor, and it's not Nabors. It was always Jim Neighbors with an
Yeah, it's always been
Neighabors.
Nabors.
yeah, it's us. Sorry, to me it's Nabors.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Well,
I remember
what's
the
the
NAGH.
purpose? What do
What's
y'all
the
think
purpose?
the purpose of that? Why are they? What's
They
the
I can
purpose
hazard-
of
I
keeping them alive? Are they faking it, and they
No,
maybe?
no.
Well,
no,
here's
they
one
really
thing.
are
It's
alive.
a confluence. Confluence is a huge problem. Harold knows about this.
Yeah.
Confluence is a huge problem, and the
Yeah.
thing is that we cannot be on the same page. That continuality and confluence come right, smack us right in the face, because they have to keep us separate. As long as we can remain different, we're not going to be a threat. There's too few of us.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Really, why
is
not? Right?
why they're doing that.
I don't know,
Well-
because I don't think
Confusion.
the government really can control it. And if they could control it, why are they selling it? Because they're all about the money.
Here's
You
what
know what I
I
mean? Why are
heard.
they selling it? So
Here's what I heard. I heard that the United States tried to control cloning, and
Mhm.
other countries, decided to not follow the United States, and they went ahead and started cloning.
Well, that's true.
And then it came to the United States, and they did it, but they did it secretively.
Yeah.
And what happens is they're cloning people, and they can't keep the same names. So they add or subtract something. It's either they add
Hi, Brian.
hi.
Hey, Brian. I don't think so.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, well,
I don't
look at
think
it
so,
from this
because
way. Jim
and the
Carrey
reason-
never had two R's in his name, and now
Okay.
he does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now he does. And if you look at him, he looks different.
He does look
If
different.
you look at the rapper Eminem, he looks different.
He does look different.
He does. He does.
He looks totally different.
Yeah, he
And
It's more
other
the
people,
Snickers or Milky Ways. Eminem wasn't my thing.
Yeah,
But
I think that they're cloning people and they're changing their names legally because
no.
they have to.
How would they try? How would they get past the gestation? This isn't the Matrix. We're not growing them. We're not growing them to a certain age and then letting them loose. And all the life experiences. I mean, you understand that you're talking about nurture versus nature. You know, I like to think that I have something to do with who I am through my experiences, not just who I am genetically.
Well,
That
I
was,
didn't say that they were the same. I said they look the same. You understand that there's technology out there right this minute that
I
they
just,
can they can
I'm following
actually.
you down the rabbit hole. That would mean Jim Carrey is an awful mess. He's an experiment gone wrong,
Sure he
right?
is.
He's
Sure he is.
not to
You
say
know
that
who
Jim
else
Carrey
was a
was ever
mess?
right. He's
Well,
a
they
wreck to me.
said here's the thing. They said that the major problem with these clones is they have a habit of glitching, and whenever this happens, they have to take them to. There's like 2 hospitals. One of them they have wards for this. Um, I just saw this the other day. One of them was it's a military
And one of
hospital.
those, the other one's actually the same one that finances and funds and researches everything that Wile E. Coyote uses against the Roadrunner. They send them there, and that's where they get really messed up. I went a long way for that joke, guys. It really did.
I know,
There's two
I know. You had to
hospitals.
reach. You're reaching.
Yeah, I really did. I
You're
really
reaching.
did. But
Yeah.
there's 2 different hospitals. But
Yeah, one of them is at it's a military hospital. Walter Reed.
okay.
And then there's another one. There's another hospital. They have a ward for this. And people were glitching, and they showed them in this thing who was glitching. Like what's her name? The one that shaved her head. Not
Brittany.
not Brit.
Brit-
Well, yeah, she glitched out like crazy. But now they
Right.
have another one. She cut her hair short, and now she's made it blonde. She used to be a brunette.
Who's this?
Okay.
Britney Spears?
No.
No, not Brittany. And
Sinead?
This is recent.
not Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Katy
about.
Perry.
Oh,
Katy
Katy
Perry,
Perry.
yeah.
Katy
They
Perry.
said they said she glitched out on stage and passed out.
Okay,
And,
but this what's his name? David ICKE. What's his name? ICKE. Yeah, David Ike.
Yeah.
That seems into that. That glitching eye is almost goes into the lizard people.
I don't know about the lizard people, but
Yeah, that glitching out is definitely that's
Cloning.
their cloning stuff. That's what they're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
That's what they're and the glitching thing, guys. I got to tell you, I mean, someone's putting a lot of work finding this stuff. There's glitches that are definitely there. And I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Okay.
yeah, you're fine.
yeah, I hear
The
you.
glitches, the glitches that you
Are
guys
you
are seeing.
glitching? Are you glitching, Ty?
No. Someone's putting an awful lot of work trying to cover up the mistakes because these glitches are so bad, they're so obvious.
They really are.
They really are obvious. It isn't something where, oh, watch it again, you missed it. No, third time, listen, he said something. No. This is so bad that this is live TV. These are big events.
I got one for you.
Good.
I was watching back in 2016. Actually, it was the presidential race. You know, when they were running up to
Yes.
Hillary and Trump.
The primaries.
And she went on a talk show. I mean, on a interview.
Circuit, yeah.
And her eyes started bouncing in weird ways.
Right.
Like one eye would go one way, and one eye would go the other.
I saw that. Right. Yeah, I saw that. And they were
She
talking
glitched
about
out
her.
really bad.
There's something there, and I don't know if these people are clones. I hear what you're saying, and I don't know enough about it to sit there and argue about it. But there could be some gene manipulation, gene therapy. Could be something going on. Could very well be. I mean, why not?
I've never seen anybody do that before. It was weird.
You have, and newscasters, lower level newscasters, The only time we see them is when someone collects them, collates them, puts them together, and we see them. But we have seen that before, just not on that level. And people are trying to cover for her terribly. Sure.
Yeah, I know. They tried really hard. And do you know, recently she was talking and she was still coughing. They brought her on to talk at this, I guess, feminist, whatever. I don't know what it was, but she was talking, and the minute she started talking, she was coughing again, and she had to keep stopping her like 2 minutes to take a drink of water. It was sad. I felt bad for her. Of course, I felt bad for her back when it was going on. I didn't feel like they should have put her up there to do that because I don't think she was physically capable.
Yeah, to tell you my political affiliation, I don't have the political background in political. I hate politics to the point where I really hate it. I really, really can't stand it. But I got to tell you, nothing really made me happier than Hillary Clinton losing. Okay, because I have hated Hillary Clinton, and I don't mean hated. I mean 80-point font hated. Boy, oh boy, I was watching her since the early 90s. You know what I mean? She was something else. And I said, oh, please, please. It wasn't a leisure suits. It wasn't anything. And she was so bad. There is so much dirt on Hillary Clinton. She might as well be 6 feet under already. Yeah. There is so much dirt on. I'm not even kidding. There's so much on her. Nothing can get that out. Nothing can get that out. That's how bad it is. I mean, you think Richard Nixon was bad? Oh man, you got to be kidding! You got to be kidding! You got to keep in mind that everything that Richard Nixon was stepped down from office for, all that stuff is legal now.
Yeah,
it's all legal. So really, yeah. So it's definitely an interesting. I'm very, very happy that Hillary didn't win. Very happy, and. I cannot believe, on the flip side, I can't believe there's such a vilification of Donald Trump. I just can't. I just hate that guy. They hate that guy with such a hatred. I've never seen such hatred for any candidate or any president ever. Even Carter, even Ford. I've never seen anything like it. Even Nixon, from what I read, they didn't hate him as much as they hate Trump. Yeah, Trump, he doesn't even talk, and he gets yelled at. Look at him. Look at the way he's standing. Look, he needs to be on medication. He's got dementia. He's got this. He's got that. I mean, they attack him every angle that they can, nonstop, since the time that he was elected. So, but Hillary Clinton, they give the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying the whole liberal mess, the whole Democratic Party, I believe this, guys, the reason I'm saying it is I believe this is a huge Emmy in and of itself. I can't believe Donald Trump won. I was talking to Troy about this too. Yep. I can't believe Donald Trump won. Harold, you too. Where I believe that Donald Trump winning is actually a Mandela effect too.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. In my reality, he would not have won for sure.
No way. No way would he have won. So something happened. And everybody, and for the way the Democratic Party and the liberal arm and the socialism, the way that's being, God bless you.
Bless you.
Don, is that you, Don? God bless you, Don.
Yes, I don't know. I don't have allergies until now. It seems like I'm sneezing all the time now. I don't know if it's the spraying they do or what's going on. I just sneeze all the time. But I want to say hi to the chat. There's some new people, Abstract and Crying Hippie and Wake Up
Hey, what's up, Abstract? I know that Abstract actually
Abstract's in there. Just come in there. Miss Wright. Love her.
Brian's here. Hey, Brian. I didn't even see you.
Yeah, say hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Still there?
I'm here.
I didn't even see you there.
I wanted to point out something, guys. There's a picture on Yahoo's main page in the news.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the picture of?
Yahoo.com, it says CDC employee left work sick, hasn't been seen since. His name is Timothy Cunningham, age 35.
Timothy what?
Went to work. It says he went to work at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Where?
You guys know that's an ME, right?
What?
Tell us. You broke up a little bit. Say it again.
Okay, Timothy Cunningham, age 35, went to
Yeah.
work at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention
Yeah.
on
All right,
February
Center for
12th.
Disease Control.
Yes, and he left. It says Centers for Disease Control. Wasn't it Center?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was center.
Yeah,
It's been
Center,
like
for sure.
It's,
So he went to work and
Can I
got
shoot
sick and then left.
quick, Melissa.
Yeah. Can you?
Melissa.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm not sure if he agrees with that. I think she said yes.
Okay.
We'll do it anyway. She's busy.
I'm not really busy. I'm just
I'm sorry.
listening, and I
I'm
was
just picking.
turning off the screen share and then putting it on you, Brian, because I figured
Okay.
you were going to get ready to go there, but I was also trying to look it up. So go for it. Screen share.
Whoa.
All
okay.
yours. Whoa.
Okay, do you see that?
Let's see.
Let's see it
You
again. I
guys
see
see-
Harold now. Harold, do you work for the
Oh.
CDC?
Is that Harold? No, that's not Harold.
That's me. How'd you know? That's a nice picture.
No, but it says Centers for Disease Control right there on the main page of Yahoo, and the average person wouldn't even pay attention. How many people would actually notice that it's centers now? If you were not Mandela affected, if you were not awake right now, how many people would guess that that's a change?
Oh, I think this is
Nobody.
BS too, because it says this is an appeal to the public. The CDC does not appeal to the public for anything.
No.
Not for getting one of their own. I saw ET. Remember? You saw what they do. You saw what they do. They don't go to the public. What do you think he's? What do you think he's saying? What do you think he's doing? Hanging out in the arcade, playing video games. They can't find him. What do you think he's doing?
He's had movies.
Don't give me that. That's the CDC. You get that. That's government. What do you think they're doing? What do you think he's at Walmart in aisle 3? He's not coming out. No, he is. Don't get him.
No, he may be at a Walmart.
Yeah, I understand. But you see what I'm saying. There's no way this is an appeal to the public. Don't give me that. It's an appeal to the public. Call his girlfriend, call his wife. There you go. How about that? This will most likely be a case of he got his girlfriend pregnant and his wife found out. Yeah, that's
You
this
think so?
9 times out of 10.
He left for sick.
I don't want to hear it. No. And for the CDC to say that, you have no, Harold, you know this. The CDC has about, I don't know, 4 or 5 dozen things going right now that has a potential to kill us all at any moment. And that's why when you talk to the scientists, these scientists are the most nervous people you ever want to see in your life. If they ever go in front of a camera on a microphone, they're like, listen, everybody, this is what I want you to do. You stay inside your home. You don't leave your home. You don't get your kid. We'll get your kid. You don't leave. You understand? They're crazy. That's the way they are. They're nuts. They are really serious about all this. They're hypersensitive about everything. So if they lost one of their own, they're appealing to the public, I call shenanigans. No way. They'd go get them. There's protocols. There's protocols to be followed.
Wait. Look at this. ABC News says Center for Disease Control. Residue. Where's Teresa? Ding, ding, ding. Wow. Center for Disease Control.
They just the guy at Yahoo just kind of is terrible at spelling.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time, but that Center for Disease Control looks suspiciously like a Kingdom Hall for the Jehovah's Witnesses, doesn't it?
It does look like a Jehovah's Witnesses.
Maybe it used to be. Maybe they converted it.
No, it's either that or taco. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. It's probably a Taco Bell, which would be
Actually,
which would be sad.
It
It would be an epidemic all in itself.
You know, they got they got the ball pit, and
Okay, all right. Yeah, we lost. Did we lose Harold there? I'm sorry, we can't hear Harold. Sorry.
Oh,
that's terrible.
Okay, that's okay. Sorry, that's all right. Where's Brian? Oh, did we lose? We lost Dawn. Dawn's gone.
I'm here.
Dawn is gone.
So yeah, what's with M&M, guys? I was trying to see what
look at him.
M&M is they come in peanut butter, they come in chocolate, they're
Just
plain.
look at him.
Some people only like the
different.
green ones. Some people only like the green ones. That's all that I know about M&M.
He looks different. Look at him.
No, he didn't look like that.
Give me the screen.
Maybe this one. Maybe that one.
This is all. This is no, that's him. It's him. This
Is it
is him
him?
older. He's what is he, about 43, 44 now? He's older. This is what happens when you walk around trying to look like a teenager all your life and you're not. You know.
Look at that face.
Yeah, that's what pills do to you. Sorry, you stay off the
There
stay
it
off
is.
the narcotics.
Look at his face.
Let's see
Yeah,
the
good. You
face.
can have the screen out.
Screen. I can't see. Let's see.
Brian, show the picture you just had on.
Hold on. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, bring it close.
What do you want to cut the freckles?
No, look at his head.
I can't
He
see
don't
him.
even look the same.
Let's see. I can't see him. I can't screen share that because I cannot see that.
Click on Brian's
I'm screen
picture.
shared it.
Oh, Donna's back. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely Eminem. That's definitely Eminem, and he's just definitely messed up on drugs. That's what drugs do to you.
Yeah, they changed the shape of your skull. Oh,
Well, he could do
Hey,
lots of
look at
different
his
things.
eyes. Look at his eyes.
Let's see his eyes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look a little hexagonish.
I was just thinking about that, Melissa. They look hexagon shaped.
I've heard that.
I don't
Tiny,
know.
tiny bit. I saw it a
I don't
minute ago.
know.
What do you think,
I
Don?
don't know.
Dawn?
Dawn, are you there?
She's having
Dawn.
connection problems. Oh,
Yeah,
Dawn is
gone.
She's gone.
No.
Yeah, he's definitely older. If you take a look at a younger Eminem and an older one, you see how much larger his ears are now compared to what they were. There's his ears there. That's actually an older picture of him. Airbrushed or whatever. That's an older picture. He's got a younger one. That's younger right there. Where he's shaking that guy's hand. It's younger. He's younger there in the Eminem picture, in the Eminem poster where it says his name in yellow. That's a younger one.
How many? Let me ask you guys. How many of you remember Tupac having a wife?
Who's Tupac?
Tupac
He's another rapper.
Tupac
I
Shakur.
don't remember him having a wife.
I don't
No,
remember him
he
having
used to
a
be a
wife
member
either.
of Digital Underground, and he was with
I know who Shakur is, but the idea is that
Humpty Hump, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah, you understand that us white guys, we didn't really know anything about Tupac until he died. You know what I mean?
I knew all about him. What do you need to know?
I'm sure you did. Salt Lake City is big Tupac fans there.
No. I don't live in Salt Lake. I live in Amish country. The Amish love him.
The Amish, I'm sure, love Tupac. I know that's it. They're in the closet about Tupac. They're like, yes, Tupac is the man. But the only
When
reason,
they go by,
the only reason
you hear the wagons go by.
The only reason we know Tupac is because he was so prolific in writing.
Yeah, he was
That's
with
all the guy did. That's all the guy did was write.
Biggie Smalls.
That's all he did was write. That's why he keeps putting out new material. He keeps putting out new material because he that's all he did was write and record. And they basically remix everything and they send it out again. It's all better than the stuff that they're doing now. That's the idea. Yeah. So he's much bigger than he is. He's much bigger now than he ever was when he was alive. Of course.
So when do you think he's going to pop back up then?
He's not. He never will.
Can I ask y'all's opinion on something?
How do you know that?
Go ahead, Don. Go ahead, Don.
Well, I've been watching several videos on here just this week about. I've seen where they said something about they could clone Jesus.
Yeah.
That they had his DNA and they could clone him. What's your opinion on that?
I don't have an opinion on it. It's so ridiculously crazy.
Yeah.
But I did hear. Here's what I heard about it.
Yeah.
I heard that where they found some blood of his, and when they did a chromosomal check, it only had the mother's chromosomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No father's chromosomes.
What happened is that if you have, you try to keep an open mind about these things, but you tend to leave your mind so open that any fool is going to dump any amount of garbage in it, and you got to be able to tell the difference. And we have no filter. That's what happens.
Below Golgotha, they found a tomb of some sort with a altar.
Yes, and the saints as well.
Yeah.
Sepulchres of the saints.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, first century Christian saints, I should say.
Well, they
first
said
century.
They said that when Jesus died, there was a huge earthquake, and it actually cracked the ground there.
Right, the veil of the temple in two, and the dead rose. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and of course the eclipse. The sky grew dark. All this other good stuff.
It was 3 days ago.
It was just terrible. You know what I mean? So people truly, this is the Son of God, but people don't talk about this. Now, one of the other things that we see nowadays that we didn't have, Don, I'm assuming that you've got 20 years under your belt with Christianity, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, the thing is, the same thing with Harold. You got 20 years under your belt with Christianity, of course. I've never seen such an unbelievable, wicked assault and attack against the tenets of Christianity on every angle.
Right.
Okay, Jesus is homosexual. Jesus is married. He married Magdalene. He had lots of kids. He was gay. He beat people. He's Satan's his buddy. And this.
No, they actually said he was Satan.
Yeah, right. Just the craziest things. Anything goes. Anything goes.
And then the Pope went after him like 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah. It's all Genesis is a myth. I mean, it's just slow and steady.
Yeah.
And now
he was a metaphor. Jesus was a metaphor. Jesus failed in his mission. Jesus.
It's all. He's not exaggerating. No, Jesus actually failed in this.
A personal relationship with Jesus is bad.
Right. If you believe that Jesus Christ is coming
said
back,
that? The Pope?
Yeah.
No, it's the Pope. The Pope not only said something like that.
Yeah, he said it.
But the American Psychiatric Institute believes that is actually a
reason for mental illness.
That is a mental illness. If you believe that, they'll lock you up. They're 72-hour watch. If you believe that, I guess
I'll get locked up then.
Well, it depends on where you live.
Yeah, same here.
If you go into a very liberal place like New York and you say, "Yeah, I believe that," and you are or San Francisco, you get locked up. Sure, they lock you up. Wow. Why not? Depends on where you live. But if you're if you're down in the,
I'm in North Carolina, so
North Carolina is getting more. North Carolina is getting more liberal. Don't get me wrong, it is. North Carolina and New York have very much in common. They have very much in common.
That'll never happen here.
Where is it? Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Well, Pennsylvania is such a jigsaw puzzle. It depends on what town you're in. Really,
Speaking of Pennsylvania, have you seen the spelling of Pennsylvania on the Liberty Bell?
Yeah.
No, not recently.
I've seen that.
I haven't been to Philly.
Well, it's PNSYLVANIA.
Yeah, and what they said, you know what they explained that as? Well, it's one of the several.
They said it's okay to spell both ways.
No, it's not.
That's what they say.
You know why? Because my 3rd grade teacher would have told me.
Yep. Oh, I know. Well, believe me, I know. They said it's perfectly acceptable to spell Pennsylvania with either 1 or 2 N's.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
That's their explanation.
No, it's not. Yeah, sure. That's like raising a kid. You know what? Do what you want. Doesn't matter. Well,
right.
The problem
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
The problem is that now this is going to be hard for you guys to accept, but you got to run that rabbit hole down. This is where Harold usually goes when he's discussing these things. Is like when you talk about Darwin and the origin of species, and you start believing that stuff, it doesn't take you too long to figure out that there is no God. Okay, that we are actually, if there is a God and there was some intelligent design, he basically started it, and the rest of it is just by
happenstance,
by survival of. Even if there was a God, it's just by the survival of the fittest. Okay.
No.
And in the end, we're just animals, so you really can't place morals on animals. We're just doing what we want to do. You can't blame little Johnny for doing things with little Susie, and you can't really blame little Susie for getting, because that's just the way it is. You can't tell them what to do. You can't force them. It's just normal that you can. This is the way it's becoming. Except it does not come out in such a direct way. It comes out in a myriad of psychological explanation and the view, with the viewpoints that you get on the news. We should get rid of like the latest and greatest. Now we should get rid of our Second Amendment. Because there's
that's
so
terrible.
many. Yeah, and that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
All right,
There's
people,
You're right.
shout out to
You're
the
right.
chat room. There's 10 people watching. Dawn, go.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, she's wanting me to read. I'm going to read
go ahead,
another
read.
verse. And
Okay, yeah. Please.
Okay, Luke 12, verses 54 through 56.
That's going to be good, I can tell.
And he said also to the people, when you see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when you see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this
What
time?
version is that?
A King James Version.
That's not ME.
Study Bible.
That's an ME.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. That's an ME. Harold?
Yeah.
That's an ME. That's an ME.
Okay, well, explain it to everyone, Ty. My
Good luck. I don't.
Bible hero.
That's an ME. I've never heard that before in my life. Yeah, the heat thing. Nah, it doesn't even make sense. That'd be heat, huh? Heat, HEAT, huh? That'd be heat. Is that what it said? Heat?
Yeah, there will be heat, and
No.
it cometh to pass.
No.
Reread it.
Okay.
That's what I'm hearing.
Reread the whole thing, or
What is
Yeah,
it?
reread it.
it's Luke
Go ahead, reread
12,
Luke
Okay.
12,
54 through 56.
54 through 56.
Right. It's
And,
gonna be good. I can tell.
This is the King James Study Bible.
I'm gonna take a look. I'm just double checking, okay? Just to check
Okay.
your work, because there's gonna be a test
It
supposedly.
says heat. There will be heat, and it comes.
Oh,
That's not me.
Not me.
it's me.
Oh, it's you. You're popular. No,
Hey.
no, it's an ME all the way. It says, and he said also to the people, when you see a
Yes,
cloud rise out of the west straightway, you say there cometh a shower, and so it is. So it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky and the earth,
I
but
don't
how
know.
it is, how is it you not discern this time? No, that's not me all the way.
What is
This is
Mark
the sky.
7,
This is
50?
the sky turning red in this synaptic gospel with Mark.
I'll
Same
send you a
thing with the
link. You
sky
can
turning
jump on here
red.
and ask them, okay?
Is it
Okay,
not,
this
Harold?
is Mark, what? Mark 7? Was it Mark 7?
I got Luke 12 here. I don't
trying to
have Mark 7.
Oh, Luke 12. Crap.
I got Luke 12, 54 through 56, and it's KJV, and I've never seen it before. It doesn't even make sense. It's pretty choppy. It doesn't even have the right doesn't even have the right cadence.
Really?
Yeah, not at
Really?
all. Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, Scarab. Dan.
Hey.
Dan.
Hey, you guys weren't supposed to say my name, man. I was supposed to just be sneaking in here.
Okay. Okay. His name is now Bob. His name is Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hi,
What's
Bob.
up?
How
Bob. What's going on, brother?
Hey, guys. What you doing? What y'all up to? I just saw the link and I just thought I'd join in.
Yeah, no, WKLX. WKLX
Hi, Dan.
with Bob.
Hey, Melissa. How are you?
WKLX.
Good.
WKR.
Welcome.
It's Bob.
WKLX.
Hey, Melissa.
Bob.
Yeah.
Melissa, tell Scarab you got the attention of PewDiePie.
Oh my God! Don't talk about that. I deleted that for a reason, Brian. Oh my God.
Oh, Brian. Blow it.
She got attention from one of the biggest YouTube channels out there.
Brian.
What?
No, I don't want that attention.
Uh-oh.
I know you don't.
Uh-oh. Well,
you're pretty famous though.
Cancel that thought.
Yeah, shut the front door. Shut the front door.
It never happened, you guys.
We were
Never
talking,
happened.
Back
we were
now.
talking about the Liberty Bell.
Well,
You-
no,
Oh,
you're
Liberty Bell,
talking
yeah.
about
Oh,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
William Penn, right? I think his name was William Penn. Is that correct?
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
William Penn.
Yes, William Penn.
I think that's the guy. Now, a lot of people are saying to me, "Well, man, come on now, it's PENN, his last name." Although we found evidence where it's just PEN. It's one of those situations where
Look, I know a lot of people get confused. I know he's the guy that made the oatmeal. That's all I know. That's what's important.
Hi, crying
And,
hippie.
Hey,
Hey,
What?
hippie, I just love you.
love you too. Trying to turn off my camera. Here we go.
Wait, who was it aimed at?
Who that?
Yeah, man.
If I could just talk like that, that would be so awesome.
You were talking about the ground that split 3 days ago, about 5 minutes ago. It wasn't Tyler, it's the other guy. He said that a ground had split somewhere 3 days ago. I was just wondering what you were talking about.
No. I said when the crucifixion of Christ, when he died, the ground split.
Oh,
And there was
okay.
an earthquake.
I thought we were talking about the Antarctic thing that something happened here a little while ago too,
Oh,
but there was
no,
no
no,
information about that.
Yeah, Colleen
Oh.
corrected me in chat, but I didn't hear you talking about the Ark. I only heard a bit of it, so I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about something different. I thought you said
Oh,
3
no,
days ago. Cool.
No.
hey man, I got a Mandela effect to talk about with you guys. All right. All right. It's a new one, and someone brought it to my attention. And I know Brian's kind of the logo guy, you know. I guess that's his forte. But somebody asked me, and they said that it tastes different, and that's why they noticed there was something different with it. But what do you guys remember? If you think about the bottle, Jose Cuervo Gold. You remember Cuervo Gold?
Of course.
Yeah.
With GOLD on the front of the bottle, like the gold, like
Yeah,
Cuervo
yeah.
Gold.
Yep.
That's never existed now. And
What?
no, it's not called. It's called Cuervo Especial, but it doesn't say gold. It never did.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
remember
dude.
that.
I remember gold.
Cuervo.
I remember gold too.
Yo,
I've actually had some.
All that
yeah.
I remember, there was only 4 channels when I was a kid. I didn't get out much, and I don't drink, guys. I don't know. I don't drink.
Oh man, Cuervo
Yeah.
Gold
Yeah,
is
I
my
don't
drink, man.
Yeah, I don't- yeah, I don't-
I love some
Yeah,
Cuervo Gold back in the
yeah.
day. I got a funny story about that if you guys want to hear it.
I don't. It means that all the stuff that I've done wrong, I was completely sober when I did it. So I don't even.
Oh
know
no!
what that
Yeah,
is.
see, I like
Yeah.
to claim mine on
Yeah.
a yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm
inebriated.
completely sober.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually had so much. I was making margaritas one night, and they were going down like a fine wine. It was amazing. And I had a friend pick me up, and we went to this party. And about an hour into it, man, I'm feeling great now. Of course, you gotta remember, I'm really young. I'm just out of high school, and it was one of these. You know, I hadn't seen anybody from high school in about a year. And so we had this huge party. And it was a blast, man. And I'm walking around. I'm dancing. I'm having a good old time. And I walk up to this guy, and I'm like, "Dude, what's up, bro?" I'm like, "Who'd you come here with, man?" He's like, "Dude," he's like, "I brought you." I'm like, "Dang, man." So that, you know, if you had, I mean,
We're
that's a
having
true
a good
story.
time, man.
That's a true story, man. When you drank so much tequila, you can't remember how you got to the party. Dang, man. I can tell you, I probably need a 12-step program with a 1-step chaser on that one. But
Yeah.
but hey, Jose Cuervo Gold, man, check that one out, Brian. You might find that interesting.
That's pretty wild. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember. I remember.
I ever heard of
I
was Goldschlager.
Yeah, I've had
Oh,
that
that's
too.
evil. That's the devil in a bottle right there. You see?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
drank lots of that as a kid.
oh,
Lots and lots.
dude.
My
Those-
friend's dad loved it because
Oh.
it had all the gold filings in it, so we'd always
Well,
open
this
bottles and
is
drink
what's
it.
really interesting here, guys.
Yeah.
I found some lyrics to a
It's
song.
Brian. It's Brian. Everybody be quiet. It's Brian. Go ahead.
No, I found some lyrics to a song. It's
I feel
actually
like this is his
Residue.
show. What's going on?
Hey,
You found some residue in a bottle?
Scarab, you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
like this one, okay? I think you
All
will.
right. All right. Go for
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
What you got? What you
By
got?
an artist called Steely Dan.
Steely Dan.
Hold on. Look at this.
Whoa. Okay.
A19 by Steely Dan.
A19
And
by
in
Steely
the lyrics
Dan.
it says
Okay.
the Cuervo Gold, the fine Colombian. See that?
Yeah. It's never been Cuervo Gold. It's just
No,
it's
never-
weird.
it doesn't-
It's Jose Cuervo Especial. And now they do have a
Yeah.
gold little logo on the neck. But no, man, I remember the gold across the show me
Yeah.
that label, man. I
Yeah,
don't
right on the main label. Yeah.
The main label is not there anymore. It doesn't exist. I'm like, oh man. So my friend was really pissed because they were like, man, they're messing with the tequila, man. What's I was like, oh, I know, man.
I can completely. I
Oh.
understand.
Hey, when you say this
that.
Billy Graham death, or just recent death, is almost as I would say even bigger in some cases for most people than Mandela.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you guys agree with that? I mean, it's
Huge
huge.
guy
I
a
don't
while back.
know.
Well, the fact that
I-
my dad really doesn't see the Mandela effect, but this was his coming out, man. He came
Yeah.
to me and said, Dan, I mean, my dad looks at me all the time like, oh, geez, he shakes his head. He's just like, I should have pulled out, I don't know about my son.
Oh.
No, it's true. It's true. It's a sad story. But look, no, just kidding. No, my dad's just saying, he's like, hey, look, I gotta tell you, Dan. I remember him dying. He goes, what the heck is he doing? Was he alive? I go, he goes, this is a Mandela for me, man. And I'm like, yeah, Dad. I was like, gave him a hug. All right, Dad. Woohoo, you made it. All right. Let's have some fake Jose Cuervo,
How old is your
Hey,
father now,
Don.
Dan?
You now have a
Oh
clone.
gosh, he's 78 now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my I would never even approach my father about that. She got to be because it's one or the other. It's both bad scenarios. One, he won't believe it and he'll think I'm crazy, but he knows that I'm not crazy, so it would make him worse scared.
He'll cut you out of the will.
I've been cut out of the bowl already. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one is that he would believe it and I'd push him right over the edge. So I can't say anything. Can't say anything
Just
at
so
all.
you guys notice, Don has a clone.
Yeah, I noticed that.
There is two of you.
I think we're gonna
Is that your
start naming her
sister,
Don Pole.
or are you cloned now and you
Wait
need
a second.
got an extra in? What is it?
No, it's double vision. It's because he brought in Jose Cuervo. It's double vision.
It's the Jose Cuervo.
Oh, the Jose
Yeah,
Whatever y'all
this is
drinking,
either
man.
this is
Yeah.
Foreigner or this is Garth Brooks. It's country rock.
Yeah.
Hey,
Double
maybe
vision.
change your name to Don Pole.
Yeah.
Faux shizzle.
Faux shizzle, baby.
Oh, chisel.
Did I fix it?
Right.
No,
Now, Don, what is
we're
your full name?
Dawn. Well, do you really want to know?
Just
Yeah,
Is it
that's-
LaDon?
No, it's dawn, just like the morning. You wake up in the morning, dawn. The P is because my middle name's Paulette.
Paulette?
And
Okay.
Paulette.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And my last name is Walker. Like a zombie.
Okay, that's great. It's great. Thanks for throwing that in there. Now that there's two of you.
Yeah, it makes it less creepy.
So what's your sister's name?
Can't get away with anything now. That's great.
Her name is Good Night.
Hey, Don, you double date?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to go there.
Yeah.
Y'all are hacking me up. I gotta see how am I supposed to get all out of here? I don't know. I don't know how to make it get. I don't know how to make it leave.
No, that's the AI. She's
If it was a guy, all you got to do is ask him to start helping out around the house, and he'd know.
Hey,
yeah.
No.
I got a list for you. Oh, where'd he go?
I have a list. Where'd he go? It's gone. Just last week, I put that hammock in the attic. Yeah. What is that?
Hey, so you guys.
Yeah.
Echoing back. I could hear myself a minute. Scrappy said something about the Lord's Prayer. So do you guys recall the Lord's Prayer?
Yep, it's changed.
Yeah,
I don't. Actually, the Lord's Prayer isn't one that never got me on the Lord's Prayer at all, because I know there are differences in the Lord's Prayer, but I never. Lord's Prayer isn't anything to do with me, so it never bothered me one or the other. I'm more worried, more concerned about doctrinal changes. Lord's Prayer isn't one of them.
Well, the Lord's Prayer is kind of important because you're supposed to be praying to ask for forgiveness of your sins and to forgive other people of your sins.
Lord's Prayer is a millennial prayer. It has nothing to do with the church age saints, but it's certainly a nice little prayer that you tell people when they gather around in AA meetings. It's great. But in reality, it's a millennial prayer, just like I said.
It's a good prayer to say to ask for forgiveness and forgive other people?
Oh, Jesus
Well,
did
let's
say this is
let's
how you
let's,
should
let's
pray.
yeah, let's hear that
Yeah.
Jesus pre. Let's listen to
At
that
least on the Sermon on the
pre-resurrection.
Mount, right?
Let's listen
So,
to the pre-resurrection Jesus. He wasn't going to die for anybody. No one knew what he was doing other than he was a Messiah at that point. This is what he said. This is how you pray. Our Father who art in heaven, points up to heaven. Right? Yeah, I'm just give a short version. Our Father who art in heaven, give us this day our daily bread.
hallowed be
Right?
thy name.
Yeah, well, hallowed be thy name. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Right?
Transgressions.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Lead us not
And
into temptation,
us
but
not-
deliver
lead
us
us
from
not-
evil.
deliver us from evil. Right. And
Yeah.
what is the ultimate ending from AA? What is it? Thine is the
Thine is
power.
the
That right. What is it?
Thine is the power
power
Right.
and the glory.
Right.
and the
And
kingdom
what
forever and ever. Amen.
Thy kingdom come. No. Thy kingdom come. How does it go? Thy kingdom come.
That will be done.
Hey.
As on earth.
Hey,
There you
As
are.
it is in heaven.
who's that over
Hi.
there?
It's a millennial prayer. It's not going to be on earth as it is in heaven until
One of my favorite people.
until the end.
Is that me?
What's
Big.
up, guys?
What's up,
Hey,
man?
what's up, Meegs?
Thanks. How did you get in that little box? Why are you in that little box? They put you
Yeah.
there.
Why are you in such a little box there?
Yeah. Hey,
I know,
what's going
right?
on?
It's
There's
so
no-
weird.
There's no
Like you're
handle
trapped
on
in there.
Wait
It's
a
like,
second.
get
Is there
out.
like
No.
Is there like a
Help,
handle on the
help.
other side? There better be some sort of discount for the rent. Is that a studio? That's a studio.
Yeah.
No,
Really
I'm actually-
small.
You better
I'm
get a
actually
discount on your
outside
rent.
and It's raining out. I'm like huddled in this little corner where it's not raining. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, mate?
Hey.
Are you guys
Well, I went
Christians in
down
here?
yonder on a Chattahoochee. Never knew much
Are you-
money what
Huh?
it meant to me,
Are
but
you
I
guys
learned how to
Lamo
swim and
Christians?
learned who was alive.
Yeah, Lamo.
Living in a little bow.
Lame-o.
Hey, who sings that? Who
We just
sings
had
that?
some.
Garth Brooks.
You
No.
hoser.
No, that was a Garth
Chris-
Brooks.
Christians
That's
are-
Alan
Shut
Jackson.
up.
Alan Jackson. That's right.
That's Alan
It is.
Jackson.
Aw, man, see, I'm not good at country. I dated a girl that was
Hey.
like in the country, and I heard that song over and over and over, and I always thought it was Garth
Like your
Brooks because she
glasses.
loved the guy.
Nope,
Yeah.
not Garth Brooks.
Hey, Meegs,
Yeah.
how many beanies
Yeah.
do you own?
Huh?
Yeah.
How many
Alan
beanies?
Jackson's gonna drive him a Mercury right down the road.
How many beanies do you own, Meegs?
He asked how many beanies you own.
Say that one more time. I'm
How
so
many
sorry.
beanies do you own?
Oh, how many? Oh, really? Just so many. But this is my favorite one with
Oh,
with the
okay.
penguins.
Now, Meegs, do you know this girl Dawn? We'll introduce you to her twice if you don't, because there's two of her.
Hi, Meegs. Is
Hey.
there two of me?
Is your
Hey.
last name an
Hi.
emoji?
Hey, Meegs. Hey, Meegs. You know they call beanies in Canada, right?
Toques.
That's right. They call them toques.
Except it's spelled toque.
That's right.
Oh,
It does.
wait.
Toqua.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait. You just gave me some useless information. Now something's got to go. I can't fit it all in here. Hold on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Delete.
Someone's got to bail out.
No, you gotta upload your consciousness to
least you ain't
a vessel, and then you gotta just put more input in there.
You got to give away some of your Rick and Morty memory.
To upload.
No, I
Yeah,
just,
he's
you know what?
gone.
I'm
Rick and who?
I've just lost all references to Laughing. It's okay. Laughing's
Yeah.
gone.
20,000 leagues gone.
It's gone.
Dan,
Yeah,
I was
what's up?
putting the bug out show on at work last night, and people were cracking up to you guys.
Oh, really?
That's-
Oh, that's
that's-
awesome.
That was crazy.
We were just having a good time, just being silly, you know. And
It's funny,
so,
like people still don't really get it. Like when I put on Mandela Effect stuff at work, they're just like, "What in the world are you even listening to?" You know, they
Right.
think it's a podcast. And
Uh-huh.
then they just don't understand. You know, like they're like, "Why are those
Where do
people talking
you
about
work?
bugs?"
Where do you work, Megs?
Like, is this a podcast? Just
Hey,
about people
Megs.
talking about bugs?
Megs, where do you work?
Oh,
Give a shout out.
I work at a cafe.
Oh, that's awesome. There's so much caffeine going there. You should go in there for sure and start talking about the Fibonacci sequence.
Listen,
That would
I
be
do that
great.
to everybody. I'm just the town conspiracy theorist.
Why don't you just talk about, I'm serious, talk about the Fibonacci sequence and you'll be everyone's favorite person.
Yeah, like definitely. I've made some weird friends there. I've made hollow earther friends, flat earther friends. Like it just I'm
Now
also
wait a
so
second.
bored.
Wow, it's like
I gotta
conspiracy
draw a
cafe
correlation.
over
I
there.
gotta
That's
wait.
cool.
Yeah, conspiracy cafe in
Conspiracy
St. Louis.
Cafe.
In St. Louis, so it's all
Hey, that's a good
believable.
name for a company,
Right.
guys.
It
I
really
think
is.
It all starts.
you're
Yeah.
onto something on
Meegs,
that
I'm
one.
sure
I
it
think
all
I'm gonna
starts.
start. I think I'm gonna snag that idea from you before someone else takes it.
Hey, damn
Yeah,
it!
Flat Earth
Hey,
Cafe.
it's on air.
I'm sure.
You gotta
I'm
cut me
sure
in. I
that
want
every
to-
conversation in St. Louis starts with that arch over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you what that's really
Gosh.
for.
Yeah,
Right.
McDonald.
Oh, God.
It's the McDonald's half M.
Right. Yeah. They control everything, man. They control everything.
It's Nick
I
Donald.
know.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. I was just interviewing a woman who's pretty darn sure there's crazy stuff going on underground St. Louis here. Sorry, there's crazy
I wouldn't
stuff.
Oh, there definitely is.
World ending.
Uh-oh,
There's
the
definitely
company
a lot
they-
more
they
going on
found out.
underground than above ground.
Did they try? They will triangulate you. So
They
this make sure
triangulated
that.
you.
Yeah,
They've already honed
yes,
in.
they will.
They're coming.
They're honing
Coming
in.
to take me away.
We saw.
Coming
We
to
saw.
take me away.
We all saw
Hey,
ET. So
Keep
Hey,
your light
Bob,
feed on so you can see it all the way.
it did not work out well for ET. It did not work out well for
no.
ET. Just remember.
No.
Hey, Megs, I emailed you back. Just
And they had a little hat on
Oh,
ET
sweet.
too. Did not work good for him.
Just headbutt him with your toque.
And that's right.
I'm learning Canadian.
It'll
Canadian
be
list.
Or you could just blame Brian.
Brian.
Hey, who
All
wants
my
to do
fault.
the
I
Tide
put
Pod
on-
challenge with me? I'm kidding. Have you guys heard about that? There's this Tide Pod challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, we all heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all
My
heard
God.
that.
Crazy kids, man.
I've never heard of it.
The worst ones
Yeah,
were.
we all
the
talk
ones
about
where
it.
they
Meanwhile, half of us were all doing acid at 20 years ago, but we're worried about Tide Pods. Okay,
Right, yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Hey, that's
Sure.
a little better than setting themselves on
Meanwhile,
fire.
your friends are like, okay,
Remember
this is
that?
all you need. What's this? $3? Yeah, I'll see you in 16 hours. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. $3. You're worried about Tide Pods. Yeah, everyone's going crazy. They lost their
Hey, I
mind.
don't
I
know.
want to see you. I want to see you drink goat urine out of your own shoe.
Right.
The goat
Impressive.
urine challenge, really? You think that's going to be a thing?
Right. That's gonna be
That's just
something.
terrible.
No. I'm gonna go with no.
Hey, who knows, man? Fairies are like bouncing around nowadays. I've been seeing lots of things about fairies being real. So, I mean, right
Yeah.
now anything's possible, man.
Oh man,
Ozzy
I got a
Ozzy
fairy. I got a
said that-
fairy video, man.
Ozzy said
I'm
they
like,
were real.
nah,
So
I ain't gonna even talk about that, man.
fairies wear boots, right?
Yeah.
Fairies wear boots, and you got to
Yeah.
believe me.
Guy got a video. He's got a web camera outside his house, and I swear there's this golden looking fairy flying around. I'm like, I'm going with hummingbird. I'm
What's
going.
wrong? What is? Are we seriously
It's
investigating
a
it?
fairy,
I'm serious.
Are we-
He
are we
calls it a
investigating?
fairy. He's like, dude, I think I
also
caught a fairy.
known as Fae.
And you see the unicorns popping out of the bushes
Oh,
behind
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
it's
Let me
real.
ask you this.
Oh, yeah, there's one
Tell me
unicorn.
about Dan. Are you telling me about the fairies creatures? You're telling me?
I'm telling you that I got a video from one of my subscribers that said
Uh-huh.
that he has video evidence of these things
Any,
flying outside. He calls them fairies, and I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, that looks like could be a hummingbird, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't know. You know.
Anything else? strike
Either that
you?
or you're walking around San Francisco. What are you?
No, is there any, what I do?
We weren't
when I
gonna
listen to
go
people-
there, but yeah,
When I listen to
that too.
people, when I listen to people about
Okay.
paranormal stuff, Dan and Troy, when I listen to people about paranormal stuff, I listen to their story and I listen for something that is just out of place, something that they couldn't get out of a book, something that they would get firsthand, something that shouldn't be there. And if they tell me something, I know, oh, wait, we're dealing with something else here. And that's why I was asking from that video, was there anything odd about the fairies?
Well, I'll tell
Anything
you
there?
what, the way the thing flew, and sort of the way it moved seemed a bit odd. It did seem bigger than a normal hummingbird, and it was guys, it could have been just the lighting or whatever, but it literally is glowing. It's like a golden color, and it's the weirdest thing. And I'm just like, wow, okay, well, You know, I haven't gotten to a paranormal show yet, but it would be something I would use for my paranormal show.
Harold's the paranormal show guy.
You know, there's been a lot more paranormal activity since this all started. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
that's
noticed.
true. Yeah.
Didn't Nobleness D have a video about fairies?
Maybe.
Who is this? Who is this?
Crying
Nobleness
hippie.
D?
Hi, hippie. How are you?
Hey,
Is that Crying Hippie? Oh my God, man! I can actually put a voice to the name. Cool.
Yeah. He's getting dressed. He's doing something. Is it art?
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, what is this going to be like a private show here? What the hell's going on?
Hippie.
Yeah, he put
the camera's still on. Don't strip down for us, all right?
Like, is anyone else seeing this?
Like,
does he have his suit on?
Not yet.
Don has become a single again.
Am I alone now?
Yes, you are single.
Shoot, I thought I was going to have to get 2 husbands.
Well, I thought you were going to be.
Somebody.
I'll bet you Crying Hippie is not cold right now.
It's Crying Hippie.
Yeah, I'm heading out the door, brother.
Oh, okay. I gotta tell you look like freezing hippie right now. But
Yeah, I know, man.
Hey.
Yeah, you look like 94 out there. You all right?
Okay, why Crying Hippie? Why that handle, Crying Hippie?
I had a problem, man. I couldn't find an ID a long time ago on Yahoo. So I thought, well, hey, man, hippies are always happy and high. They're not crying. So it's an oxymoron kind of thing. Crying.
Oh, that's great. That's good. I like that.
But now it's fitting, man. Very fitting.
Good.
I was whining hippie for a while. Changed it.
Yeah, that was back in the back in the 80s. I used to be a whine hippie, but my father took care of that. I don't whine anymore. I just sit down and shut up.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sitting down and shut up, hippie.
Knocked it right out of me.
Get to work, hippie.
He did. I made a song about 5G.
40 years ago.
I made a. Oh, was it?
Are you ganking the 5G right now, bro?
Yeah, and they throttled down my service. So like literally I had 5% of my internet. So I'm forced to use 5G now. And I made a little video about it. And then as I was typing the description, I typed like Spider-Man and web and all that. And then the Spider-Man tune came in my head. So I made up a little song about it and posted it up right after doing the video.
Oh, cool, man.
Wow, that is
that's why you're glowing.
that's very
well, if you only run in
very constructive. That's great. I wish I could have that much dedication to follow my flights of fancy like that.
Oh, dude, it was nothing. It was like literally as soon as I posted it, I just hit record and started singing and just posted that one too, man. Like no thought, no nothing, no script. Just
oh, for God's sakes, he's creative too, guys. Go get him, get him.
Look at that.
Get him.
That seems to be the running theme. There's a lot of static here, man. What the heck?
I don't know.
That's
I think
it's got to be Meegs.
it's got to be Meegs. She's always like on the street.
Meegs is always
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I'm taking a shower with you guys.
Yeah, right. It's like, hey, it's me.
I'm taking a shower.
Carry him on the ledge of the building, 40th floor.
So, hey,
Hey guys in the chat. Fizzy Pop.
Hi, Melissa.
Hey, what's up, Melissa?
Hey, Melissa.
What's up, Melissa?
go ahead, Dawn.
There was a bunch of
Brian,
people, new people.
I heard Teresa was mad at me, man.
All right, Don, let Don talk.
Hey.
I'm in big trouble with Teresa.
Scared.
Yeah.
Oh, you are, man.
I'm in trouble, man. I heard about
You are.
it.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
You gotta unblock.
You
Hey,
better
man.
give her a wrench back.
Listen, no offense, Brian, but you gotta.
Yeah, you better.
You gotta keep your girl in line, man.
Give her a wrench, man.
Give her her wrench back and an apology, maybe a public apology or something.
Apology and blood.
Yeah.
And blood.
Grovel, a little bit of groveling wouldn't hurt.
A grovel, some groveling. Okay.
A little
Fair
blood,
enough,
that's
guys.
fine.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
I'm just
wow.
wondering, guys, how many marriages have been saved by keeping your girl in line? A lot of guys at the bar
A wrench?
Are keeping
trying
with
to
a
keep
wrench.
their
I don't know.
sleeping on the couch.
How dare you?
Hey, make sure your girl has a wrench.
All right, good. Teresa's got a wrench back. She'll probably clobber you with it.
Yeah, right.
What did
Right.
you do to Teresa?
Where is Teresa,
I-
Ryan? Is Teresa around? Melissa, is
Brian.
Teresa around?
Brian did not invite Teresa.
Why? What's going on?
What happened was, I can just sum up real quick. So we were having the broadcast, and Teresa came in there, and
I love
she
Teresa.
was like, "Where's my wrench?" And she started, if I don't get my wrench back, I'm leaving. So I jokingly just sort of said, "Okay, well, look, Teresa, if you want to leave, here, 300-second timeout." Bam. Well, she didn't really take the joke too good, and yeah, she came back in pretty hot.
She ran away.
Yeah. So now I've
You can't
yeah.
put the queen residue.
So now I'm going to give you a wrench. I'm going to give you child.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you child
Teresa.
scissors. I'm going to start you with
Teresa.
child scissors now.
Teresa.
Yeah.
Teresa will hit you with
Yeah,
alimony,
but next
man.
time-
You
I
gotta.
know, man. I know.
Teresa will hit you with alimony so fast. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
gotta,
man.
gotta make her happy. You know that.
Yeah.
Even I don't.
I don't
What is
really
that?
know this. Brian should have gave me the
yeah.
memo. Yeah.
I gave you the memo. Everybody knows.
everybody
Everybody
knows.
knows.
Everybody
No,
knows.
It's like the
not
guy.
away from
It's
it.
like the guy. It's like that. I don't want to. Oh my God, we're live. So I'll just shut
offer
up.
up your weak arm
I'll
and
just shut up
walk
because
away.
we're live.
Yeah.
Because we're live. We'll email from now on because we're live. But
Yeah.
you really should know better.
Yeah.
Well,
Be nice.
Yeah.
Try.
Give her
She's a nice girl.
Give her a wrench back. Right?
She's a nice girl. She's a great friend.
Just do no
of
for
ours.
wrenches for everybody. Wrenches for everybody.
Okay.
Wrenches.
No.
I know. That's not Brian.
Okay. Let's all dedicate our love to Teresa. Let everyone know how much we love Teresa.
Aw,
We love you, Teresa.
Love
Hey,
her.
guys,
Come
give me
on.
some residue. You want to
There
see
we go.
residue?
Yeah, we love Teresa.
Hold on, she sent me some residue.
Love you.
Residue.
I would love to. I would definitely watch a TV show of Teresa, like live action, interviewing people or confronting people on the street.
Oh God, that'd be so funny.
As long as
Yes.
you know what, if Meegs,
Like
Megs,
being on the
She'd be,
street, you know?
she'd be
Megs-
chasing them down the street. And
Megs-
look at that!
Megs, if you know what, if we could take up collection for bail money, we could take up collection for
Hey.
bail money. That'd be great. We can do that. That'd be
Hey,
great.
you could be
We need
mixed
to
on the
give her a
street.
big
Go out and
square
interview some people.
microphone And like, get it in people's faces. You know?
Yeah, she'd be
She's
doing-
gonna wake people up left and right.
She'd
be doing all-
hopping up on
she'd
their
be
back.
doing-
I'm not done with you yet.
Yeah, she'd be doing all. She'd be doing all of her hangouts
Back over
from.
here.
She'd be doing all of her hangouts from the.
Jealous that she can wake so many people up all the time.
Yeah, she'd be doing all of her hangouts from the booking station. She'd be all, okay, I'm arrested again. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I'm arrested. It's all fake. It's all fake.
You guys see that?
You know we love you, Teresa. I know you're gonna hear this. You know.
Hey, can you guys see this
I was just
residue?
joking.
Huh?
Can you guys see that residue?
Residue. What are you talking about?
Oh.
I
Oh, on my screen? Yeah, it's all over the
What?
place.
I
Oh.
can see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. 3.75. That's good.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
that's
on,
some.
Crying Hippie.
Objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the APR.
Thank you.
Look at this one.
I'll
This
talk to you later.
What you
All right,
got?
I'll talk
Have
to you
a good
soon.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Night hipster.
See you, everybody.
Night, hippie.
wait, oh, who's out of here?
Love you.
Bye.
Bye,
Love
Don.
you.
Love you.
Good night.
Love you.
Bye,
Bye.
hippie.
Oh, Grand Hippie left. Wow.
Aw.
Oh.
Don't cry about it.
Well, he
Oh,
was-
I would say I would cry about it.
he's
What's it?
he's an emotional dude. He's emotional.
No, well, he I think he was on his way out.
Yeah,
Okay, he's
yeah.
going.
He just got
Always-
dressed. He
always-
gave his little show, and he's like, you guys are good.
It's always one
Yeah.
sob story
Hey,
after
would
another
you have
with
any
him.
Grey Poupon by any chance?
It's always some
Fresh
sob
out.
story.
I need to go eat my poutine.
Have my French fries and gravy.
You know,
Okay.
oh,
I
that
gotta
sounds
ask-
good, actually. I like that stuff.
I gotta ask
And
you
there's-
guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
you need to stay
Huh?
focused.
Don, help me here. So
Yes.
we're gonna start with Ty. Ty,
Oh,
how
God.
are you dealing with the Mandela effects as a Christian?
Oh, there
my
you go.
God. All right, so
Sit
listen,
down and get comfortable.
Wow, look at the time.
Yeah, lay down.
It's been great, guys. I gotta go.
Troy out.
I'll get you another cup of coffee, Meegs. That's gonna be a while.
Yeah,
Peace out.
Lock the door.
My mic,
Oh,
there seems to be
there's something
static.
coming at me. I gotta go.
I don't know what's wrong with my connection.
Come on, guys.
Okay. Who's up?
sorry.
Troy? Troy gets the
Yeah.
question? All right, Troy. Yay. Give it up to Troy.
Oh, same question you're saying?
Yeah.
How am I dealing with it as a Christian?
Well, first off,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, hey, I don't read too much into anything now. My perspective is I'm in some kind of fairy tale land, so I just kind of watch everything kind of, take its shape and form. And one thing I just realized, besides like hearing like this like massive static and like rain in the background, because that's awesome.
Is it
And I appreciate the
there?
background sound effects.
Really bad. I'll go
It's
back and
yeah. I mean, it sounds like you're walking like wading through a river.
Been like at the bottom over there at the Niagara Falls.
Waterfall?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Meegs, Meegs, have you ever
But
seen?
it's pleasant. I can go to sleep to that sound.
Those caves. they got, yeah.
Showering with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Much love to you
Hello,
guys.
anybody there?
We love you too.
Wow.
You know that.
Everyone's bailing.
Oh,
That's it. I'm done.
you're in raw.
Dude,
We don't care what you think about
that's
this.
2 in
Right,
a
next.
row, man. That's 2 in a row. God.
I'm losing my audience here, guys. Man, come on. Here, I have a river. I mean, come on. There's got to be something going on here. All right. So you guys really want to know, or is this going to be like one of these roundabout things where I'm going to hear like all these different sound effects, like cow noises and stuff next?
Well, go ahead.
I don't think we have props.
Can I
There we
Come on.
go.
Seriously.
Oh, Brian's going to answer for me. Okay, go ahead.
Well, if the point of the ME is affecting scripture gradually and, changing the meaning of scripture by altering words, and, is it just in the King James or is it in all of them? You got to ask yourself, which words are being altered, what order, and to what effect? I don't know. I still think this whole space time is feels like it's all out of order. I don't know. What do you guys think? By the
Well,
way,
I'll tell-
Mandela in the Bible.
Since I was in the middle of saying that, I don't want to read too deep into it. As far as I'm not going to say anything out loud anymore, because once I try to say something or show anyone anything, it flops on me. So I'm looking, crazier by the day. I'll drop little breadcrumbs here and there for the people that want to know. But I think that we said this before. The people that can't see probably aren't. I mean, I've reached a couple people, but they've, they'll see it and then they'll kind of regress back into their own little zone. And, they're like, oh, you still doing that Mandela thing? That's funny, and it's strange to see that take place, because, they're just way too intense to not want to take, any kind of interest in it. That this right here is something severe and much more alarming than, just sitting on it. This is something that's happening every single day, and to see things before my eyes, appearing and disappearing, things being changed, things that I knew, I studied, and I'm not a dumbass. I know things and I retain knowledge, but, I'll go ahead and I'll say something and it will change. And, the things that I remember, it's a lot to keep up with, especially when I'm going back in history and I'm trying to relearn it. And then it changes again, and then I'll relearn that, and then it changes again. It's one of these things that it's changing so fast. It's like, I'm just now going to sit back for the ride and, kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say enjoy it, but I guess I'm waiting to see what's going to happen, just like anyone else, because I don't think we can pinpoint what's really going to happen. What's going to happen is, who knows? I mean, but all I know is that my faith is strong. And if there is, something that's going to be, who knows what's going to happen. But if there's something bad, my faith is that, I believe that if there is a good place, which I do believe, that I'll be, taken care of regardless. But I think it's going to be pretty bad just from the things that I've seen, because this is something unlike any other event, of any kind of biblical proportions, like ever in the history of mankind. I mean, we're talking about Noah's Ark worthy. We're talking about, Sodom and Gomorrah, catastrophe wise. This is a big deal. And for those that aren't, because I think it goes much more than just the logos or the lyrics, history. I mean, to change, for me, the biblical changes, that is a direct saying, a direct link to, we don't want you, we don't like what you guys are reading. We're going to change it around. And this guy that you happen to like, that you call your Lord and Savior, well, guess what? This is what we think of this guy, and that's the new history. So deal with it. So that's alarming all by itself. And that being said, I got to keep my faith strong, and I don't know how else to reach some of these people, but if I could drop breadcrumbs whenever and wherever I can, I'll continue to do so. But speaking out loud is only going to get me, targeted. And I see that a lot of bad things can come out of it.
Right. I agree. That targeted. Like I said before, same thing that Troy was just saying. Okay, dropping breadcrumbs, don't say too much because it bites. It bites. Really does bite you in the ass. That's what he was saying. That's a problem. I long time ago, because dealing with paranormal stuff, I realized that the thing knows more than I do, and it's smarter than I am. It has more experience than I am, or has more experience than I have. And one of the things that got me with the paranormal things is that I could not figure out what it wanted. And I still haven't been able to figure out what it wanted, what the game plan was, what was the end game, what was it, what did it want? I couldn't come close to figuring out what it wanted. I could easily say, well, it wanted me, or what it caused disruption, it wanted this. And it's eerily similar to the Mandela effect, eerily similar to it. It almost knows what I'm going to do. It's watching what I'm doing. It's listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah. And it's also saying, hey, go ahead and say that, because guess what? By tomorrow, it's going to be different. And when you go, and when you go ahead and you tell somebody about it, guess what? It's wrong. You look like a jackass.
One of the things that hasn't been brought up is there's just, and it's hard to put it in the words to make an analogy for it. But somehow all of us individually, wherever we are in whatever city, whatever state, or sometimes whatever country we're in, we all, for some reason, have caught on to the ME for whatever reason. We all did. It's not the fact that we see it. It's the fact that we can't not see it. I can't stop seeing it. It is
I
that
can't
way.
stop thinking about it.
You can't stop it. I can't stop it. If I can go through part of the day without seeing one, being reminded, that's great. But oh yeah, that's right. It's this major problem. It's a major problem. It's something that's not going away. It's like a cancer. It's not going away. And
all right. So how are you dealing with it from a Christian perspective?
Well, the problem is like I said, it's a spiritual problem. The ME I believe is a spiritual problem, and my faith is just as sound as any other at any other time. However, I gotta tell you, it's really whittled things down. It's splintered me off into a subcategory where I am more alone now than I've ever been. I mean, I am just, and I'm a stick in the mud, and I'm solid rock, whatever you want to say. I'm not moving. I'm not. I mean, you understand? I'm not. It's not affecting anything other than to say what's going on. I try to help out Melissa. I try to help out whoever I can, Brian or Troy or anybody that I can, to try to help them any way that I can, to say that we are having all the things are similar. Your problems are just like the problems I'm having. Even though we might not be talking about it, may not be dealing with it right at that moment, but they're all very similar. Oh, I hate my job. Really, me too. It's very similar. Everyone has.
Well, I try to find the good things, that keep me persevering. And if there is such, if there's going to be, the kingdom of heaven after this, well, guess what, guys? We have to endure. And I guess that's one thing that will always keep me going on, is that, look, we got, so many years on this, ball of dirt, or whatever you want to call it. Look, eternity is a long time, and I'd rather go ahead and trudge through this difficult time. I mean, really, this is something that's so. I mean, it's so massive, of extreme proportions that I mean, we're actually kind of blessed to be able to see it.
Yes,
As crazy
right.
as it is,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you realize that all these people are not seeing anything, and it doesn't matter how much we try to show them proof or residue or anything. They don't care. They don't care.
Right.
You know that we are nuts, and that's it.
Well,
My
that's the thing
son
where
told me
we're
the other
caught
day
up.
that I should seek, that I should seek therapy. You know, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Why would you say that? I just told you about the moon. I told him about the moon being like 70 miles in circumference because of the path of totality and the shadow. And I was showing him the facts. And because of this, he thinks that I'm all about conspiracies and that I should seek therapy. This is my 12-year-old son.
It's crazy.
I'm like, why would you go to that direction? I go, why would you say that?
Right.
That's an illogical response for me showing you something that is, you know, a
And
fact.
I think we all see that. We see obtuse, illogical responses from people that we should not be getting those responses from. And I think that's something that's common. Yeah, anger, the Mr. Smith paradox, anger, animosity towards us for no reason. And the thing is that I can handle that stuff naturally, but I'm not going to be chasing my tail for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Understand. I'd rather, I don't want to make enemies just because I can. The idea is that just because I can take someone down doesn't mean that I should. You understand? Yeah. That's not what I want to spend my time doing.
Right.
So how am I handling it? Yes.
I think Melissa wants to end now.
Do you want to end, Melissa? Are you writing something in the chat that I'm not seeing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get off here. It's 11 o'clock.
She'd like to end now.
Scarab, are you going to go live on your channel?
It's Friday night, right? Please tell me it's Friday, not Saturday.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
All right, I haven't messed that up.
So, hey, Scarab, you gonna hand out wrenches to everyone or what?
Yeah.
Listen, we got to give one to Teresa because you'll never hear the end of it if you don't give her wrench.
Please.
Wait, I'm being like strong armed here for the wrench.
Right? Do you have a jackhammer? Give her a jackhammer,
do
dude.
it for us, Dan. Dan, listen, Dan. You need to give her. Realize what we're doing. Okay.
Now, who is this Teresa that you guys have talked about?
Oh boy, see, there you go.
Yeah, you just lined yourself up there, bub.
Yeah,
Guess what? She's coming after you next.
Yep. Teresa, did you hear that? You hear what he said?
No. You hear that?
I'm kidding. Look, yeah, no problem, guys. Yeah, sounds good. Am I going live? No. I didn't have a plan to go. I was working on a video. What about you, Brian? Are you going to go live?
I got a couple videos to work on myself, and I'll give you credit for that. Jose Cuervo.
Oh, sure. Yeah, shout out to Jennifer on that one. That was her.
There you go.
Yeah. So no Saturday detention for Scarab.
Oh, Saturday is a show, but yeah, I was thinking when he said it, I was like, oh no, don't tell me I missed my own show. Oh god.
Maybe he's got to put himself in timeout.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. True.
But
you want to say a prayer for us?
Sure.
Thank you.
Dear Father, we come together tonight just to lift you up, and we all are thinking of you at this time, and would you please help everyone on here and help everyone in the chat, because we are all having issues, that we need help with, and we need your protection, and please protect everyone that's in the chat and everyone that's all these people that help so many people with their videos, and that they're there for people, and they open up their lives and their chats, and just to let people come on and talk and to meet one another, and please bless them, and please take care of all of us, and watch us and bring us together, and know that we all have problems, and we all need we need you, and please, everyone out there that doesn't know the Lord, please bring them to you, Lord, and help them, and I really think about other people, and it breaks our heart that our families don't see things that we see, and please give us some understanding, and show us the way you want us to go, and the things you need us to do, and we will do it for you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.